Uh, we got to do this one kind of quickly. Hey, this is real impromptu, but I can't believe this just happened. So, I'm over on Izzy's Israel Mills channel, right? And they're talking about the blackface era, the Lily Gaddis incident. Shout out to Lily, triggering all the blacks out there. So I'm over on Izzy's anyway, and I said flat out, I'm not coming to the defense of black women because some white girl put on blackface. You got to fight your racial battles on your own. You're strong and independent, right? You don't need no man, right? And so, and this is real talk. You can go back. Izzy's live right now. A woman paid Izzy $500 on the Cash App to ban me from his panel and from his channel. I'm on a permanent ban. $500. So Israel Mill, his price is $500. That is his price, $500. So, and a shout out to Izzy, make your money. I'm not going to take it all personal, but it does raise an ironic reality, doesn't it? Now, doesn't it? Now, shout out to Dolomite for the 20 ball. Like black men really are the enemies of men. Like there is no brotherhood. Keisha will do anything she can to destroy any level of brotherhood between black men because ultimately brotherhood is bad for Keisha. Black men having camaraderie, having a unified position against her bullshit is bad for Keisha. And if you're gonna cape for Keisha, you might as well get paid for it. So Izzy made his $500. It is an amazing day in black male female relations, and I think this is actually a great sign for the future. It really is a good sign for the future. Keisha, you're gonna have to pay like you weigh. I think I really stumbled onto a trend. Keisha gonna have to pay like she weigh.
Hulk! Smash! Smash you! You make Hulk angry! You not like Hulk angry! Hulk no like fighting girls.
I really do think it's a model going forward if you think about it, right? Like look at the Bracy channel, right? That is basically Keisha paying for black men to defend her honor. That way she doesn't have to be honorable, right? I don't have to be noble. I don't have to be feminine. I don't have to be ladylike. I don't have to be any of the things that a man actually wants. I'm just going to pay these niggas to tell everybody that I'm actually a good person. I'm going to pay these niggas to lie on my behalf. I'm going to pay these niggas to defend me against all the accusations that are actually fucking true. You saw that story the other day, Dolomite? A father shot down his own son for Keisha. Yeah, that is a true story. I didn't really get to the details of it, but apparently some dude shot his son over a girl, bro. I don't know if they was both involved with her or he just didn't like how he was treating that girl or I don't know what. But this is the deal though. You niggas will go to any length to defend Keisha. And listen, I don't really want the money. I think it's blood money. I think she sacrificed an infant black male over some type of cauldron, over some type of dried up chicken bones. She did some type of ritual to get that money. I don't want that money. I don't want Keisha's blood money. I don't want her Planned Parenthood paycheck. But listen, that is the model going forward. The same way, Like I was over on Drip's channel the other day, and you know what? I'm kind of like at work. I'm gonna have to take a break for a minute. Actually, I'm gonna open up the chat. I'm gonna drop the link in chat because I had to do this real quick because I'm like, I can't believe this shit just happened. $500. I asked Izzy. All right, look. So this how it went down. This how it went down. Izzy is up there trying to play me like, oh, so where's your place in this white man's utopia? And I'm asking Izzy like, bro, why do you have this snuff fantasy about the white man wiping you out? I just had like three or four white nationalists on the panel. None of them said they want to wipe you out. They all begrudgingly admit black folk are part of America. It is what it is. Izzy has a snuff fantasy. He got like a 50 Shades of Dorian Gray whipping his black ass fantasy, right? Niggas really do have some type of feminine coded I just want that white man to take me up in his big old strong arms and pound me into the ground, genocide me harder, white man. Like you niggas really do have a weird, sick white man snuff fantasy. And so I called him out on the shit. I'm like, yo, Izzy, why do you keep fantasizing about the white man wiping you niggas out? The white man do not want to wipe you niggas out, bro. I promise. I talked to him. He said you good. All he wants you to do is stop chimping out and stop blaming him for everything. Can you stop trying to wage a race war against them? But these niggas really do have a 50 Shades of White Man fantasy where you just constantly wiped out by the white man. It's really feminine, bro. And so I said that shit to him. And then he tried to tell me, oh, well, where do you see yourself in this white man's utopia? Well, Izzy, where do you see yourself under Keisha's titty? How about that? If that's how you're gonna play it, how about that? Where you see yourself under Keisha's titty? Because you're doing all this caping. Let them be strong and independent. They said they don't need no man, but here you go. As soon as a white girl starts some shit, you want to jump in and fight on their behalf. They don't want you. They don't need you. And so, in the middle of all that, a woman in his chat basically sent him $500. He showed it up on his Cash App. $500 to ban me permanently from the channel. I make these niggas money, bro. I make these niggas money. Defending Keisha is a lucrative business. I am like an economic engine. I have increased the black GDP by like 2 percentage points in the last 2 months, bro. Just me alone. Just me alone, single handedly. I am an economic engine. I am out here raising the black GDP. I got niggas getting paid. If you want to defend Keisha, you should at least get paid for it. All right, get your money up. Like when I was on the Drip channel the other day, they were telling me how a lot of these women are willing to pay for a man now. The same way a lot of dudes, you got to pay for dates, buy flowers, pay for her Uber, all of that shit. A lot of women, a lot of women are willing to pay. And I think we should actually we need to actually extract that model. We need to make that model the model. You wanted to go to college. You didn't want to play by the regular traditional rules. You said family and marriage was slavery. You said you were strong. You said you were independent. You don't need a man. You don't need none of those traditional things, right? So you got to pay. The price, it starts at $500. Shout out to your boy Is. Is set the price. All right. The price is the price. $500. You got to pay. Dolomite asked, would this go in the selling out category? Hmm. That's a question for the brotherhood to answer, isn't it? We have to put this on the table. We have to take this to the meeting of men. It's too bad black men don't really do that, though. It's too bad black men don't really have brothership meetings and shit like that. I'm just gonna have to talk to a bunch of white guys about this. Apparently, god damn you niggas. God damn you niggas. See, if it was a different group, we could have a brotherhood. We could have a meeting of the men, but blacks, we don't really do that, do we?
These blacks.
I have black mother privilege. And I'm going to start breaking that down for y'all. Because there is a privilege for me as a black mother. I'm not going to have the same relationship. My sons adore me. My sons will put their life on the line in a New York minute over me. My sons will lose everything they have over me. Over me? It ain't happening. My sons will turn on their father over me. Over me? So when you ask me about my black sons, the relationship does not correlate the same to what I'm saying about black men.
Oh, y'all got to give me a minute. I'm about to go in here and punch this clock real quick. Unbelievable. We just discovered a new business model, though. I think this is the way going forward. If you're gonna pay for dick, you got to pay for defense too. Dick and defense. It's a business model. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, the link is in the chat, y'all. Link is in the chat. But think about this for a minute. Think about this for a minute. What does it say about the woman who's willing to pay $500 to have me banned? What does it say? What does it say about the $500? What does it say about this woman if you want to have me banned for $500? I mean, when do we ever get to talk about the mental issues that are just deeply plaguing this place? When do we talk about the mental illness? Because I mean, if dropping a $500 bag just to shut me up doesn't scream deep mental insecurity, I don't know what mental insecurity is. We need to throw away the whole DSM. If that doesn't just tell you that you attract crazy, mentally unstable people, that was a lot of money to prove nothing. Throws away money to prove a point, apparently. I mean, listen, I guess it ain't tricking if you got it, right? It ain't tricking if you got it. And I think it's hilarious, but this has to be the new model going forward. If you want a defense force, you're gonna have to be willing to pay for it. All right, it's a dangerous job, all right, but not everybody's gonna be willing to do it. I've already said it. I'm not willing to do it.
Somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
Hello? Yo, Hood. Oh, it's me, Mr. Old Chocolate Bunny. What up, Andre 420? Yeah, I don't know what
Uh,
happened.
so yeah, no, sorry about that. No, I'm working. I'm working at it. Talk to people,
Oh,
touch buttons and shit. No, apparently it's a lot going on here. A bunch of trucks broke down today. I need to hurry up and get out of here before they make me do extra shit. Um, anyway, anyway, yo, so $500 is the going price for the Negro Defense League. We're setting up a new business model, bro.
Damn, they banned you for $500. Goddamn you. So who hates you that much? Damn.
Keisha, apparently.
Yeah. I think she probably seen this broadcast of yours, and she probably I think that probably happened. But in other words, hey, everybody's my birthday. You know what I'm saying? Big 39. You know what I'm saying? I was born a year of crack, so wish Mr. O a happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? Give me a happy birthday real quick.
Shout out to my man, Mr. O. Happy birthday. Another trip around the sun.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. I might go live later. I ain't got nothing to do. I just had to pay rent. The birthdays don't really mean much when you get to this particular age, but I digress. But back to this $500 bounty on your head. Have you learned yet? Have you learned about these particular fellas? These group therapy session panels. That's why I call them when they allow the Keisha basically run their panels. This what happens.
And it's crazy because the spirit of Keisha control your panel without even being up there. It's wild when you think about it. You put it that way, but that's basically what went down. And I think it's really poignant that it happened right as I said flat out. You're on your own. This is what it means to be on your own. Like you removed your male covering. And so Izzy is trying to stand on some like, oh well, the men got to defend the women. Why?
Bullshit.
Are we in the days of marriage and family where like you don't even like I'm not even trying to go there with Iz, but like come on, my nigga. Come on, let's stop acting like they got our backs to the death, bro. Stop. So
Look,
if yes, she want to be out there uncovered, this is what it looks like to be uncovered, bro. I don't get why we got to keep playing this game.
you know, these particular Gen X. I can't really take us millennials serious, but see, Gen X, you will think that with Too Short. You grew up with Too Short. You grew up with Sugar Free. You grew up with all these Mac movies and everything in between. You literally seen how the Keishas of yesteryear, even ones that's playing out now, has been doing and treating niggas. But y'all still want to go ahead and want to have this ideology in y'all head. I don't know if y'all looking for like Keisha Atlantis or something, like some mythical place like it's a community underwater, under the sea, probably with SpongeBob SquarePants monkey ass, and y'all think this place is like Wakanda on Earth. Like y'all think this black community unity, you holding hands and all this shit, and you think Keisha really gonna save your ass in the end? And I still be laughing at you. These niggas got wrinkles and gray hair for fuck's sakes. Sorry for cursing on your. I know you're still trying to get my bad. My bad.
No, it's cool. I don't really care right now. Well, I'm just saying, like, it's an amazing thing when you think about it. Like, this is exactly, and, I made that point. Like, I was telling them this wouldn't have happened, 15, 20 years ago. But one night, a bunch of white girls decided to get on the internet wearing blackface and mocking black women. And I said that is a sign of a social trend. Like, Keisha is losing her social motion or whatever. And his immediate question to me is, well, what that got to do with you? Why? Like, how does that affect you? And I said, not that it does or it doesn't, but that's just what's going on. And then I told him, now let's think about this for a minute. In terms of that social motion that we're talking about, Keisha's been using it to keep niggas down, bro. She's not using that to help you. She's not using that shit to keep this family together. And
They
what
never
does the
have.
woman do? And she takes her $500 to stop me from talking. Like, this is literally what's happening. It's so funny how it plays out.
Yo, going back from the 70s when they allowed the so-called well it been what's the name? First of all, shout out to Tito. Look, ladies, black women, I love y'all to a degree. To a degree, don't take that and run that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to mess up my brand, but check this out. Y'all had this illusion that y'all was actually the Stepford wives. Y'all thought y'all had this illusion. Look, first of all, it was illegal. It was illegal for y'all even be housewives unless y'all was cleaning up Miss Annie's kitchen. You know what I'm saying? when we did have the so-called black man in the so-called house and head of household, y'all went buck in the 1970s to go ahead and get these damn careers. From the 70s, the 90s, all the way up until now, y'all so-called careers, the glass ceiling has finally spoken. Y'all chicks is really out here bogus, bogus, and you got you niggas that seen all this that played out. And y'all still won't ask like what we gonna do. I'm like, bro, do you not understand they had X us out a long time ago? Why y'all still trying to go ahead and save a burning house?
They can't think of any other thing to do though. That's really what I think is going on with the men. They're really just sort of like, programming is a real thing. And as human beings, we like to imagine ourselves as we're all special snowflakes, and I'm this guy and I'm that guy, and I'm not gonna be like. At the end of the day, we're all very susceptible to the same kind of forces. And I think like for a lot of black men, it's really hard to break the programming. And even when like other guys are around trying to, tell you that you're being lied to. Like, have you ever learned about like con jobs, con artists, and shit like that? I remember I was reading like Donald Goines or Iceberg Slim or something, and they were talking about the ins and outs of the con. And the thing about the con is that once a person has started down the path of being conned, it is very difficult to now convince them that they are being conned, right? They will almost get to the point of fighting you if you try to convince them that they're being conned. And a part of it has to do with their own psychological, like their ego is now
Yep,
invested
that
into
shit
it.
is.
And then there's a little bit of your own greed that's at play because you can't con an honest person. That's the number one rule in the game. No, honest people don't get conned. And so I'm looking at these guys, and I think one, they've been programmed, they've been conned essentially, and now it's like I'm in the position of trying to explain to them just how they've been conned, and they ready to pull out the switchblades on me, bro. That shit's hilarious.
Yeah, I know it's hilarious. Also, I mean, shout out to Donald Goins and Iceberg Slim, some of the greatest literacy and had that gangster edge authors of our time. We need some more of those out here. But also in the 48 Laws of Power, they discuss the thing about conning. Now, you are absolutely right. See, it's the ego. The ego will always defeat you in this out of worlds. See, the ego is so powerful and so detrimental to, especially to a simp. See, the simp's ego, he messed up the ecosystem with his simpery. The ecosystem right now has been basically how can I say this? There's no rules to this thing no more. Every woman's a 10. Every woman deserves to be saved, no matter how ran through, how debaucherous. Oh, even if she set up niggas, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be through the court system or through the so-called infamous back door, look, there's still gonna be some niggas gonna say not all. We could say it's not all, but can we finally can we at least get to terms? Can we at least say the damn majority? Can we say the 92%? Can we?
You know what I think is interesting? These dudes, they're having this like racial conversation here because Lily is shitting on black women, and Izzy just swears in his mind that the white man coming to get him. And I think right now, and dudes don't really understand. Like black men are just afraid of exercising power, and especially when it comes to like the women. Like you'll flex hard on your brother, but you won't tell your woman to shut the fuck up. Like that type
Oh
of
no.
shit.
Oh, hey, Hood. I know you. Look, you from Brooklyn. We both from Hood. We some both Hood niggas. You can relate to this. Yo, don't you know some niggas that go ahead and have a whole entire argument with their old lady, with their broad and everything, but instead of going ahead and checking that B word and going and trying to stand on business, he'll literally go ahead and start a fight with either one of his homeboys or a nigga off the street just to go ahead and blow off some steam. Tell me I'm lying.
That's what I realized about like so-called hood niggas, bro. Ain't nobody a bigger simp than some hood nigga that ain't really got shit going in his life. Like that woman is the best thing that ever happened to him, and that bitch ain't shit. And
Yo,
so
yo,
like that, and these niggas be stepping hard for that situation. I've seen it personally.
I told y'all all the time. Oh, you can go on my old videos and everything. I told y'all the biggest male feminist in the whole entire country is the y'all call them Pookies and Ray Rays, but we're gonna say you hood niggas. I mean, it is what it is. They the biggest male feminists. Just think about it. Look, they pedestalize women. Look at Brother Polite. He said the black woman is God. The black woman is God, and we already know that's a hood kind of ass nigga.
Well, it is what I was thinking about though, because like we're talking about this racial thing, and these niggas are afraid of some type of race war. Like black men are afraid of the race war that they keep trying to provoke. Like niggas can't see that shit. It's so hilarious. But if this is a perfect moment to actually point to the women and say, "Hey, look, you're on your own." Like this would be the perfect move to just show a little bit of your actual masculine power. Because like let's say that all right, like Lily Phillips did all this shit, all this I hate black women shit, right? And what if the black men were just unbothered by it? Do you realize what position that puts the women in now?
Well, this is they call this agenda war, right? I mean, it's not really a war, but they call this agenda war, right? To quote one of the well, probably one of the greatest strategists in modern warfare, a guy by the name of Sun Tzu, he literally said, and I quote, "Yo, never ever interrupt your enemies when they're making a mistake. Sometimes some things just have to be done." And unfortunately, your enemy might even be the dude that's supposed to cover your six. So I say in retrospect, you must let both of them fail. You must let the simp and the Keisha fail for way to learn. And until you go ahead and basically cut off ties to all simps and simpery and all that other thing in between, I don't see that gonna happen. Hell, was it simping that brought down the Roman Empire? And don't we want to duplicate the so-called that democratic republic type of lifestyle and see what happened to them?
You know what I realized too? Black men are not waging a gender war. Black women are waging a gender war. Black men are waging a poetry slam. That's really what's going on. You niggas are just, waxing philosophical and saying sweet shit that bitches like to hear. And the women are just gaining ground every day.
Well, I mean, can you blame them? I mean, once you got carte blanche, so-called how can I say this? When you've been told all your life that you know what I'm saying you can't do no wrong, use a black woman, and the sons that you raise under that ideology to make sure that he does that for every other girl too, even though that would make his private area a desert area, he'll never get the so-called actual see the actual true Keisha for what she is, you know what I'm saying, both in the bedroom and out the bedroom. They'll never know. All they want to know, they want to have and keep in mind this I want to call it the Tyler Perry Disney paradox. It just gotta be, it's both of them. Like you got the pain and the struggle, but you also have this so-called hopeful outcome, like you in a Disney fucking movie with Tyler Perry characters. It don't mix.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
Go ahead. Take care of your business. But for real though, we got Negroes in the black community that are Tyler Perry characters that want to live a Disney lifestyle on a so-called struggling YouTube channel budget. It's quite hilarious at this point. I mean, it is in little Sharon Bracy panels want to go ahead put bounties on Hood, even when he's standing on business, he telling them right, destroying narratives about the man, all because every dude on them panels they want to go ahead be him. We have a him problem as far as black men. Every black man wants to be him. I don't want to be him. It's too stressful. I was him for like a little time period of my lifetime, y'all. But being him ain't shit. Mm.
And I just realized my phone about to die, and I'm not gonna be able to get out this warehouse before the phone dies. We might have to shut this down in a minute.
Uh, well, go
But
ahead,
you
y'all.
know what? I think this just gave me a whole new avenue of conversation now, man. Life comes at you fast, but this is actually an interesting development. Because if you think about it, all right, this is a great business model. If they're already paying for dick, then you have to extract some payment for defense as well. I think that's the way going forward. Because look, there's a race war coming up, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have you want to be left alone during a race war when all these blackface Beckys are out here running amok. Don't you want a man to cover you? Don't you want a black man to defend you against all the blackface Beckys out there? $500.
$500. Taxes are involved too. So it's gonna be. I forgot to. It's gonna be like about 550, 525, something like that. So yeah, with tax, it's gonna be tax.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta pay, man. Gotta pay.
I mean, we have gangsters. I mean, well, what else we gonna do? I mean, they basically made us like pimping mercenaries out here.
Might have to cash in some stamps. I heard they're gonna cut them back on. I keep hearing he's gonna cut them back on, and then they said, no, 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 we ain't doing that shit. He keep half faking with the stamps, bro. That shit is terrible.
He got to, bro. He look. See, Donald Trump is like literally like he took on the persona of daddy government. He literally took on the so-called persona of daddy government, and he had put all the so-called people, the little food stamp people, especially ones that didn't vote for him. He putting y'all in timeout. This is just a big old timeout. He got to spank y'all. He got to put belt to ass to the nation. This is just a belt to ass moment that the nation needs.
I think it is a really weird situation where, for it's a moment for black men where like it just highlights how stark the reality, how stark the problem is. Black men can't defeat Keisha. Yet you're constantly provoking some type of racial war. How? How do you propose to deal with the white man and you can't defeat Keisha? And Keisha's not even going to help you fight the white man. She's made it clear you're on your fucking own. So, like, dude, it's amazing to me when I think about the grand reality of it. Like, what do you niggas really think you're doing?
Bro, these niggas don't understand my look, bro. What did other countries use to infiltrate our so-called highest people in charge back in the war days? Then they use like honeypots. These dudes right here wouldn't even know how to spot a honeypot because they love sleeping. I do too, but I know she the enemy. Shout out to dirty folks. I know she the enemy, but I love sleeping with her. But these niggas won't go ahead and invest in her, fall in love with her, and all that good stuff. These are honey thoughts. We from honey pot to honey thoughts that these dudes will know the plot, and they gonna fall right in the plot. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, belt to ass moments are needed. Cause and effect.
Now, it's just weird to me, though. Like, and on the one hand, dudes, like, right on the panel will be discussing how, she's unruly. Like, and this is their words, not even my hyperbole. Like, she's unruly, she's untamed. And they'll admit to it and say it as much, right? And then feel the need to die defending her honor. And I'm like, bro, do you not see this could be your moment, stupid. Like this is your 8 mile moment. And you ain't want to do nothing and you just want to keep, playing defense. Like, nigga, you have to go on offense at some point. And I'm not even saying like go on offense, right? Because that's not what I'm asking. That's not what I'm talking about in this particular situation. There's nothing for black men to do. Like technically this is a girl fight. Like, think about that for a minute. This is a fucking girl fight. One white girl put on blackface, and she was basically shitting on black women. What that got to do with me? This is a
Oh,
girl fight.
look. I also call this now the brick lady paradox. No matter what, you as a black man, you must defend Keisha no matter what, even when it's a Becky in blackface.
You know, I saw a video from that dude, Conscious Lee or whatever,
Oh
and he
God.
doubled down, bro. He doubling
Wait, what?
down. He
Wait, what?
doubling down. He is not backing down. He like, nope, you niggas is still wrong. You just couldn't wait for a chance to be like,
Bro,
aha,
is he
I
on X,
got you.
bro? Is he on
Yeah,
X
it's
where
on
he
X. I
twerking
swear to
like
God.
that?
I swear to God. That's why I saw the video. Like, I gotta go. I'm gonna be at work all night. I'm about to
Hey,
do my
hey,
DC run, but
retweet that. Hey, quote that and retweet that. Send that to me, man. I got man. These whole tip, slow tip niggas. You know what?
yeah, bro. And that's the thing. Like, the defense force is everywhere, and it's relentless, bro. Like, nobody has a
A
dedicated
backbone?
defense squad like Keisha.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a backbone. They missing that too. But yeah, the Sim Squad, man. What? No, it's bigger than a squad. This is what's bigger than a legion? This is a
They
Simp
got
Legion.
a division, bro. They got a whole division. Like 1,200 Roman soldiers coming down the
Yes,
mountain to defend Keisha, bro.
yes,
This shit
yes.
wild. And
With
then,
they simp shields, they simp helmets, and they little big simp capes. You know what I'm saying? With they simp
and
shields.
and then there's the funny thing. Technically, until I made it an issue, Izzy was doing it for free. I got that nigga paid. I'm raising the black GDP, bro. I'm telling you, the black YouTube GDP is up right now. Between Izzy and fucking Sharon, I'm getting these niggas paid right now. You should get paid well to defend Keisha, because what else are you getting out of it?
Oh, don't forget Nightish. You got throw. It's a whole simping trio right there. You got your boy Nightish, you got your boy Sharon, and you know what I'm saying. It is be cool, but he be fucking around. But Izzy too. You know what I'm saying? Throw Izzy in the mix too.
Yeah, it ain't even personal now. It is, but like I'm just saying, like this is the model going forward. You're gonna have to pay. I don't know no other way to work it out for you. Because otherwise, like what's in it for me? Remember that song back in the day? What have you done for me lately?
Oh, Janet Jackson, of course.
Yeah, same
Jackson, if you
rules apply,
nasty,
right?
yeah. Literally,
But you know,
that's a song. That's a song. She literally said, "Miss Jackson is you." No. That's the wrong song. My bad. My bad.
no, that's a whole different song.
Yeah, that's a whole different song. My bad.
Actually, I don't even think that's Janet Jackson. I think that's Jodie Whittaker. What have you done for me lately?
No. That was Janet Jackson. And shout out to old fine ass Jody Wadley, man. That's another Chicago right there. I'll go and still take that down. But yeah. What
Get
have you
out.
done for me lately? What was the other songs from that time period? Ain't nothing going on but the rent,
Yeah, ain't nothing going on. Got to have the J-O-B. Now, look, you got the J-O-B now, baby.
bro.
You got the juice now, Keisha. You gonna have to give me some money. I heard Karen talking crazy about you. You gonna have to pay me.
Hey, Donna Summer told us, man, she worked hard for the money.
Right. And all this time, listen, most of us weren't getting no benefit out of it. So I think this is a positive development, all in all. She worked hard for the money. She gonna have to come up off that. There's a race war coming. You're gonna have to spend some of that money on a black male defense team.
But remember the beginning of the new millennium, beginning of the new century, beginning of the new decade. Remember this funny year called 2000, and that was a particular little trio. RIP to one of the little members in that group. You know what I'm saying? It was a group called TLC. And I literally remember when they was basically trying to shame a little young 14-year-old me with that song talking about
No
being on the
scrubs.
passenger side. Yes.
Yep.
So I found it ironic. 25 years later, a quarter century of the century, we have the opposite happen. We are the no pigeons. We are literally in the no pigeons era. Who would have thunk it?
I mean, you know the worst thing, and this is a weird reality. I mean, a weird lesson in life you learn. Sometimes the worst thing to do is give a woman what she wants.
That's the
But
worst
that's
thing.
what you
Yeah.
got to do. That's what you got to do. You got to give her what she wants. What else
Like
is
no.
left?
Oh, another one. She's a material girl living in a material world, right?
Yep.
And what that get you? Like what Thanos say? Like y'all did all that girl bossing, y'all did all that so-called being most educated. The kids still can't read, they illiterate. Y'all got all these so-called houses that y'all can't afford. Y'all start all these benefits with no employees, only for y'all to go ahead and come right back here, or you start right back to us, the black man. I'm in my nigga Thanos moment.
A lot of black men are stuck. They have a particular problem that they can't really just you can't intellectualize your way out of this. But like if you want to be a dominant group in the world, if you want to be respected like other men in the world, other men in the world aren't under their women. So like when I look at the voting patterns, black men are unique. Only black men do this. We literally match our women voting. We follow them at the booth.
You know why, Hood? Yo, to quote you, Hood Conservative. Remember when you brought up the topic players remorse?
Yeah, yeah, continue.
Yeah, so don't this align with so-called players remorse? Don't some of these niggas they feel like they did women wrong even they didn't even do it. They probably ashamed of the sins of their so-called fathers who was probably a player, a pimpity pimp. You know, they got this so-called guilty conscience, even though it was bestowed on them by programming. They had this fake guilt trip that no matter what, you know what I'm saying, they somehow, some way got to fix a problem that it never even caused. And it drives the simp, the so-called pro-blackity black, these old players with these girl dad player dudes that's girl dads now that's trying to find one of you gullible ass niggas to go ahead take their daughter off their hands so they can go ahead ride up in they Corvettes, they charges, they no they SRTs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's critical out here. It's critical out here. The ecosystem is out of whack. You know what I'm saying? Again, the ecosystem is all about ego. You know, the dudes with this players remorse, like Hood had brought up in one video. These dudes with players remorse, even if they weren't players, they still a simp and they got players remorse. That's kind of that's like a double-minded fuckery I don't even want to deal with. But
I mean, the thing about the players remorse part, and this is why I'm like, you got to forgive yourself a little bit. Like, who was I talking? I was over on a drip show, and they were bringing this up like, you finagled or you finessed her out of some pussy. How? How do I finesse you into giving you something you wanted anyway? Like it's a weird thing like dudes be having in their mind. It's like, listen, I don't think a lot of men can grapple with the abstract concept of women being free. And I think that's kind of what's happening. That's kind of what's going on with a lot of black men mentally. Yeah, yeah, they're equals and all that in reality, but in your mind, you still somehow see yourself as like in the patriarchy chauvinist era where like I have to do all these things for my lady, and it's this weird like it's just creating a weird mental freeze for a lot of black men where they just can't ever operate truly in the modern world because no matter what, mama or some dumb shit like that. It's just so crazy to watch it play out because the women have no problem being free and modern. It's you niggas that can't keep up.
Well, Hood, you got to understand all majority of black people, unless you get all of this. See, a lot of black people, especially black men, they got this ideology I call, but my mama said, see, but my mama said has led a lot of dudes astray because that was the only supposedly logical entity that they knew, even though it was illogical being that was spewing out supposedly logical things to them. You know what I'm saying? They think linear. They think linear. See, we think circularly. We always come right back to the first thought that we already had to go ahead and complete that thought. They go ahead and think about a thing and they can't even go ahead and even wrap a thought. They just keep going and going and going. and going and going and going until they think they're gonna hit the eureka moment, but they keep going and going until they go ahead and become old and gray. They be like, well, damn, that's what it was all about.
Hey, listen, let's go. I'm throwing the link in the chat one last time. My phone is gonna die. I'm down to 3%. I got it. I can't even plug my phone in just yet. So somebody hit this link. We need to fill out this panel. I need another like 5 or 10 minutes before I get back into this. Somebody hit the link. Shout out to Shanika in the chat. Shout out to the Drift Show. Appreciate you guys coming through.
Yeah, nobody leave me up here on my lonely. I'm on another nigga panel. I got run his own show. Don't leave me up here by my lonely. I ain't what's his name? Stanley. I ain't Stanley, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, somebody come and hit that link, man. Shoot. What y'all saying in the chat real quick? Yep, single mothers raise serial. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed.
All right, we got a few extra people up here. What's going on? We got American Man. Shout out to Josh. Thanks for coming through.
All right, what up, gentlemen? What up? I missed. Ain't lie to you, I missed most of it. I was in the basement over here doing what I do. But I mean, look, listen, man. I said it in the chat, man. If black men don't understand that Keisha's setting them up for the fall, then we just listened to the video the other day. Hood, what did Keisha say? She said, "I want you, white man, to wipe them out." So now they went and start the war and then turn around and talk about, "You're not gonna help me, black man, but your mama black." Yeah, all
That's
right.
right. That's right. That's right. And don't you ever forget that. Don't you ever forget that. She'll go ahead and stab you in the back. You know what I'm saying? The blade gets deeper and deeper and cuts you right. You know what I'm saying? In your flesh and your that white meat and everything. But for some reason, a lot of these niggas on these group therapy session panels, they say deeper and twist it if you can. That's how sick these dudes in the head is. They don't think it's gonna happen to them. That's a sad thing about it. Always remember, black man. If it happened to this nigga, it can happen to your black ass too.
Well, it's funny how Hood said he was over there on another panel, and they was alluding to how black men had finessed them, how black men are finessing black women out the buns, right? Here's the irony in all of that, right? So they can have
Hey,
50 bodies and you still like everybody did it to them. Yo, they
yo,
got niggas out here criminalizing themselves at every turn. Oh
so
well,
you mean to tell me
and, yeah, look, I'm paying, I'm just 100 niggas. I'm paying whatever amount in child support, but it's my fault because I finessed her out the bush. What? Yo, niggas is mental, bro.
no,
That's mental.
American man. I'm trying to cope with the simple fact that they keep on browbeating me with this so-called that she's the most educated. She's supposed to be the most educated. She's supposed to be the most educated. I'm in my Dr. Umar moment. She's supposed to be the most educated, but she still gets finessed by a dude that got to use his fingers to read.
Listen, right? I, you cannot tell me most educated and every last one of your sons not every last one. I don't want to exaggerate, but a lot of your sons are illiterate. Either you're illiterate or you're purposely making your sons illiterate. That's the only answer left. There are no other answers. It's got to be one of those two. Either you're illiterate or you're purposely making your son illiterate. And if you're purposely making your son illiterate, that could only mean that you have a strong disdain for black men. Because why would you make your son illiterate on purpose?
I'm not really buying this bullshit about illiteracy. Really, when we're talking about literacy rates, right, we're comparing us to somebody else. And our economy has never been even remotely close to the rest of the world. Go anywhere in Europe, go anywhere in Central America, go anywhere in almost anywhere in Asia, as best as I can tell. You absolutely need a fucking college degree to do some of the most mundane, trivial jobs. I just met a guy that fucking graduated with a degree in hospitality. You know what that fucking requires to work at goddamn Holiday Inn? A fucking training course like the same thing you'd have at McDonald's. This idea of literacy rates is based on the idea of us being compared to them, except for we're not playing the same games as the rest of the country or the rest of the world is.
Yo,
So I
Josh,
don't know what the metric his comparison is, because I ain't never met a black kid at the age of fucking 15 that couldn't fucking read instructions. So what the fuck are they talking about? Oh, because somebody uses Ebonics? So fucking what? Half us goddamn rednecks can't string wrong enough fucking words together without using the ain't, yon't, to, used to. We even had Jeff Foxworthy fucking redneck jokes about it, like in the 90s.
Yep.
Oh, you're illiterate. This is the problem. Somebody has managed to fucking come along and come up with these words. Well, look at this. Oh, the Asian man's smarter. All because of some stupid ass, fucking weird ass metric of comparison. Okay, so what? They can pass their fucking global exam. Who the fuck is dominating the world?
Yeah.
We ain't doing a fucking thing wrong. I don't give a goddamn if some race of kids is speaking a different fucking lingo. Who fucking cares? They're gonna grow up. They're gonna join the military. Yeah, most of us are gonna fucking struggle. Matter of fact, I don't know anybody that doesn't struggle. It's complete bullshit across the board.
I can't argue with that. That actually makes sense. So I gotta. You're right. Actually, that makes sense.
So I do security in hotels, and just to let you know, it's a lot of smart dummies that work in hospitality. But like you had just said, to get a degree in hospitality, you must not really love yourself. You must not really have a good light bulb.
Well, also, Mr. O, all you have to do is remember things. You don't actually have to think. You just have to remember things. Right? A lot of these jobs are based on just you remembering things. Well,
Yep.
not just but degrees. A lot of these degrees and a lot of these things just based on you remembering things in the book. That's all a lot of these degrees are.
And even then, some of the material that they have read, they can't even perform. Like, um, this is I hate to say this, but the quality of human beings has reached its I think magnum opus. I don't think we're gonna make it. As far as a culture, society. I mean, some people won't go on, but yeah, the current things, y'all really want flying cars. Yo, Keisha Simpson, all y'all want flying cars to be a part of this so-called society. Do y'all
And,
understand what you're asking for?
and what Josh said is right because even when you look among the American white women, they claim they're the most educated as well. So it seems to be that this country's just kind of shitting on the men overall.
Well,
Well, that
how
seems
else
to be it. They are.
no, they are. They are. How else we gonna go ahead? They gotta go ahead and gaslight you, browbeat you to keep you working the machine. It's a sick, twisted mental method. They figure like if I could go ahead and nag this human being, he'll do my bid because he has an ego to prove that he's a real man.
Ironically, the only people that I've ever had try to knock me about being a plumber are liberals that work at Starbucks and black people, just because black people have no real concept of owning homes and this and that and 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 the real economy. They think everything is magic.
To the because they believe just like they so-called folk bearers they believe that when you they getting money from the government they think they getting over on the system. Unfortunately, they get over on themselves because it's the people that fund the government that give in turn back to you. So you think you sticking it to the man, but you're only sticking it to yourself harder.
Yeah,
But
what did the video of the chick say? We should kill all the people who don't want us to have food stamps, and then we can have food stamps. Oh, okay.
And that goes your literacy right there. That they
There goes your literacy.
look, they took out comprehension, they took out critical thinking, so that you cannot so-called process anything. They just want you to go ahead and take out all the information and don't question anything.
No, they want you to be emotional because when you're emotional, you're irrational, and when you're irrational, you can be played like a fiddle.
Yeah, yeah. And as long as y'all allow this thing to happen, it will continue. You'll see more like look at Synthetic G. Synthetic G, aka Cynthia G, has come back onto these YouTube channels, you know what I'm saying, brand whips and everything. Back to spewing her so-called misandry rhetoric back to the masses and basically still blaming us niggas. Even like she blamed us for this stuff on the screen right here, but yet they said they all black male boys. Make
Listen, the era of shaming black men is pretty much over, bro. The only people that's really paying black women this much attention are simps and guys that think black women are God, which I guess is the same thing. But
oh,
the era of
don't forget
shaming
about the
black men, that shit is over.
don't forget about the L Gibbets. You know what I'm saying? The big L Gibbet tubes. You know what
Let
I'm
me tell
saying?
you something. Every time I hear a L Gibbet speak on black men, I get real homicidal.
Oh wow.
I'm not like dead ass, bro. Every time I hear a L Gibbet about black men, nigga, you forfeited your manhood. Shut your mouth.
Wow.
Am I wrong?
No, I mean, no.
I know the homicidal part might have been a little jarring, but
Yeah,
but that's actually what it is, bro. Like that's how I'm like, yo, why is this L Gibbet talking? Go over there and talk to the women. Don't talk
but
to the men. We don't welcome you. You're not
but
welcome here.
but did you get the memo? El Gibbet is the new black. You know, I mean, it is what it is.
Um, can somebody explain to me exactly? Okay, so my slang terms suck, right? A Keisha, does that also include single women, like single mothers kind of thing?
Well, yes. See
Yes.
the thing about Keisha is she's like the a hyena. The
Okay.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So whether she
Keisha is a term. Hold on, Mister. Oh, you're doing too much. Keisha is the term for a wayward black woman. There you go.
Okay.
Simple and plain, where you can understand.
Okay. And so that would mostly, or that would also, not exclusively, but it would also include single mothers, right?
If she's wayward, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I would assume like if she's a single mother, she's probably single for a reason, right? Oh, okay. So, I hope you guys understand how nasty and dangerous of an army that is. See, these
Agreed.
single mothers, they themselves aren't the danger. It's their offspring. This is the problem here. Because we're sitting here like fighting them when it's really their kids and themselves that ultimately look. Mom and dad's gonna die off, right? Kids gonna inherit the earth. Kids gonna age up and find themselves in the government, right? It's what them kids think or like what influences they've had that ultimately decide what direction they're going to go and how they're going to influence others.
Agreed.
That's the army that we somehow have to contend with. So it's basically our kids versus their kids.
Well, yes, that's essentially what it is, right? It's our kids versus their kids.
Right. I don't think I don't know how to contend with that as like a tactical position. it doesn't matter because it seems like all of the, let's just call it traditional, right? The family orientated people, they're always the minority. I don't care if we're talking the US, I don't care if we're talking to China, right? He's almost always a fucking minority, right? And I'm not sure how we contend with that because it seems like we're basically fighting a losing battle that we can't possibly win. Or maybe I'm
Well,
just overthinking it.
well, I can answer the question for you, right? What's
Please.
going to happen is you're going to have to put a certain grit in your kid that that gets them always one step above these emotional, sentimental, no grit having people, so that when they're all older and they're competing, your kids are not even in the same stratosphere with them.
I agree. I really agree. That's you gotta do it, and that's what happened with the society. It went soft. Everybody went soft. Now we gone into shits.
Right? Listen. I openly teach my daughters to be classist. Openly. And I don't care who don't like it.
Say that again, American man. I didn't hear you.
I said I openly teach my daughters to be classist, and I teach them to be prejudiced. I
And
don't.
I
I don't.
mean,
I don't. Yeah, yo, I don't do all this nice shit. You know why I don't do all this nice shit? Because the world is not nice.
yeah,
When people tell you to do this nice shit, that's because they're looking for somebody to abuse.
yep. Take over, use, and all that
My,
stuff. Yeah.
mic check, y'all. I had to step away. My phone actually died for a minute. We actually, I just let somebody else on the panel when I came back. What's going on? We got Demarco up here. I'm not sure where you guys are in the conversation. What's going on, Demarco?
How you doing? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was just I'm new to the channel. It just kind of popped up on my feed. I kind of came in on this conversation late. Uh, but yeah, uh, thank you. I'm doing good though. I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Good, 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 good.
What was it? What was the question? What was the was there a certain topic we were discussing?
Well, Hood.
Well, I guess broadly speaking, they were talking about the Lily Gaddis blackface incident,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
my position on it was this: black women, you're basically on your own right now. Don't You should not expect black men to come join you in all your little petty racial squabbles. Plus, this
Mhm.
is a girl fight anyway. I see no place for myself in it. But
Exactly.
in the grand scheme of things, like you have to be on your own. What other card can black men play but let them dangle? You have to now face the world alone, as it were. Like, what isn't this the price of not being covered as a woman?
So
Mm.
for once, the B Dubs getting bullied after being a bully. Wow.
Yeah, it kind of needs to happen a little bit. We've I've even noticed growing up the separation of men and women, and that raising men to be a certain way. I think yeah, we do have to let them kind of fend for themselves, and I agree. Not all, of course, like you said, if they're obviously a problem, but I think yeah, as a whole, we should just let them kind of figure it out. Men, we need to worry about the men who are pandering to these kind of people. It's our job to kind of take them down because that's where it really starts. That they got it's we're fighting two armies, men and women, and we're few in number with this kind of ideology. So yeah, man, it can be tough. And the guy asked earlier, what's the solution? Well, you know, I think it's becoming more of a topic of it's building its own base. People are talking about this. So uh, I listened to quite a few people on this topic, and I also was wondering how can we fix this issue. And I'm just here for the conversation, y'all. That's all. But
Well, To answer your question from my perspective, that was an old rock song. I think it was by Billy Joe. We didn't start the fire.
He didn't start the fire. Probably no.
I,
If I
I feel like I, they always want to talk about
I
men
think
of
I think
yesteryear.
I think you have to let them dangle, as I was saying earlier. Like, give them what they want, and I mean, it's not like Keisha is going to come back in that sense. I'm not asking for the prodigal Keisha to return. It's not like that. But from a grander scheme, in terms of like cultural trends and movements and all that, they maybe they need a year in the wilderness. Maybe that's what's needed because I think as long as dudes are willing to come to the rescue, they will always put themselves in a position to be rescued. And so it's creating a problem. Like, listen, you're just gonna have to stop. Everybody's just gonna have to grow up a little bit. And I think you can only do that by like, I mean, force isn't the proper word, but you have to force it, meaning like let them fight their own battles.
I mean, they the war they the woman kings. They got this right, 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 right.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's a weird position that the dudes are in. And I'm not sure. Like you guys were talking a little bit something a little bit different when I came up on the panel. Josh and American Man, you guys were kind of going off on a different direction. What were you guys talking about? Because I kind of stumbled into that part of it. Josh, American Man, oh, American Worst. All right, they must have disappeared on me.
I just hopped back in.
No, I was asking what were you guys talking about when I came up? Because it sounded like you and Josh were talking about something else.
Oh no, Josh had asked, "What's the Keisha?" And he asked, "Would that encompass single mothers?" And I said, "Yeah, any wayward woman. I mean, any wayward black woman, but technically, it's just any wayward woman, if we're being honest."
That's right. That's right. Because I hold no personal prejudices. All these bitches are equally worthless to me.
Listen, man, a wayward. Listen, once a woman is wayward, that's what it is, no matter what color. So
That's right.
I get it, but yeah, that's what we were talking about. And then he mentioned the L Gibbet, and I went off on a tangent about L Gibbet men because when they speak and start saying things like black men and all of that, I get real homicidal, you know.
Yeah, Sharon Bracy's of the world makes him upset.
Correct. See, you got it. That's why I don't listen to them. Only time I tune into those guys is when Hood is up there. And
That's
half
it.
the time I'm angry at Hood. I'm like, why are you even dealing with these morons?
Because without Hood, first of all, have you noticed that when Hood's up there, the channel gets a little bigger, the chat gets a little big, they get more engaged. They forget about what topic they was talking about until he leaves, the chat leaves, that they go back on topic until they take them back up there, then it's going to like a boomerang effect. And it makes it makes some money. It makes some money. So it's a sick, twisted relationship they got on, with Hood.
That's what I realized. I'm a moneymaker. It's weird in in the converse way. Like it's hate money. You know, it's hate love.
Yeah, so you gotta be like you gotta say it like a mercenary. I mean, see, they want to treat you like a 304. You go in there like a mercenary, but they want to treat you like a 304. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
So it's the usual relationship with Keisha.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, what he's a mercenary though. I mean, in its equation amount of times, is she really the mercenary or she's a 304? I mean, the cat's out of the bag now. Oh shit, Hood and
Well,
dropped off.
I don't know. Anyway, who?
What you say,
Who?
American?
Oh, yo, I was listening. Yo, I was listening right to Hood today earlier, and he said something interesting that had to do with the show last night. Right?
Right.
Damn, what was Hood's show earlier today? 'Cause I was a little aggravated at work. What the hell was this guy's show about earlier today?
He had like Steve, like then he have Crowder on there, like Nick Fuentes or something like
Oh
that.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
they talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
Steve.
yeah. Right, and I was looking at Nick Fuentes. Right, I was looking at Nick Fuentes, and I'm listening right to the so-called like I'm listening to the so-called white nationalists, and and every time I like hear them and talk to them. Me personally, now I could be wrong. I never really heard them say they had smoke for black men. Like, and ironically, it seems like black men find it their duty to fight them, even if they say like, "Yo, look, man, listen, I don't." Somehow the black man just has to find himself in opposition to what he thinks is something attacking him, even if the
Well,
thing is telling him, "I'm not attacking you."
well, I hate to tell you, American man. See, I have been studying us black men, but particularly the Negro man. See, the Negro man is the actual race of man. So we're gonna leave it at that term because we are not
Well,
black men.
that's true. That's true.
So us being Negro men in this so-called this landmass right here we call America for the longest, but we're gonna go ahead and keep it central. We're gonna keep it so-called there. We have a revolutionary so-called mindset. Unfortunately, we have to let go of the revolutionary mindset because the revolutionary will never be televised because it will never be it will never conceptualize for the simple
But you're
fact.
only revolutionary with one group of people.
That's right.
Every other group of people can literally smack you around, rape your children, rob you, kill your grandmother, and you will look the other way. But one other group, right? What was the dude up here saying the other day? We got allies, the small hats. What? Do you pay attention?
No, no, they don't. They don't pay attention, bro. See, they have this ideology that he got from their grandmammies, probably from their step grandfathers, the so-called send-offs back in the civil rights movement, and so-called one people fake buck. Like we gonna stick it to the man. Pro blackity blacks of the 1970s, the Panther lights. They think they can actually turn a corner. They really believe this so-called ideology. Like they have to go ahead and stick it to somebody because unfortunately they're
Well,
communists. They're communists. They're gay. Majority of black people they just have a gay mindset without being gay at all. Because even Huey P. Newton said the biggest revolutionaries of that time period was
yeah,
the Gibbets.
yeah, it's the L. Gibbons. Yo, it's funny, right? Do you think? Well, you know what? I'm gonna ask this as a rhetorical question. Are they doing it for the love of Keisha? Because if Keisha pivoted any moment from that, would they pivot or would they continue to fight?
Well, it's twofold. I mean, the only black man that woman, I mean, the only black man that's gets love in the black community is the so-called revolutionary. Unfortunately, they believe a revolutionary is a gangster. They even use Malcolm X where he got the AK-47 in his hand as what's the name as the so-called a real archetype, the so-called corporate thug. Hey, it is what it is.
That's interesting. They pretend to be revolutionaries and anti this, but they don't love Malcolm X half as much as they love Martin Luther King.
Of course not, because unfortunately, Malcolm X actually taught you how to be a man. What's the name was teach you how to go ahead and become less of a man. Go ahead and ask for give me this, give me that. I'm supposed to have this.
But I
Instead,
thought these were all tough guys and revolutionary and they wanted freedom from the white man.
oh no, oh no, oh no. See, that'd be too easy. That'd be too simple. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
See, when we deal with principalities, see, they picture the so-called white man as a system, which he is a principality. evil principality that's basically has been on the neck for centuries to come. Even though a lot of them don't know, they have been began bucking that so-called white man ever since he came over to these shores. We just supposedly lost that part of history because we want that so-called the white man what he got because his ice is colder. We keep on with that ideology that his ice is colder, but for some reason these stupid mother effers couldn't build ish after Reconstruction. They came to our black towns, destroy our black ingenious moves, but we still think they better than us. And until we get out of that ideology and go back to where we came from, I don't see no progress. And I blame both the black man and the Keisha, mainly the Keisha, but mainly the black man for all this stuff because he can do it himself. He has to be the example, but he want to go ahead and just be just like he did.
And that kind of just how it goes. Any community, women who are infiltrated, it's gonna fall. I think us as men too, we could really do well to recognize these signals that's given off by people who put us down in media light. Regardless of how we feel about it, it is extremely important to respond to those things, even if it seems pitiful, because you know, tarnish the
Hey,
name isn't.
mute up, American man. Your mic is what's the name? Mute up real quick. Like,
Oh, all right, yeah, I'm driving. My bad. All right, I got you.
Yeah, we have to, and it's just more so of directly targeting people who uh, slur our name, whether it be men and women. We know some men are you know propagate women to be a certain way and whatever benefit. But overall, when if let's say something anything happens, we die first, y'all. It's us. So I think the seriousness is that the consequences fall on us. So that leaves us to really we decide who we support, and it needs to be more. Well, I can't say I don't know everything. So, but I do know there's people are just very comfortable always adding our names to the mix of certain things. So I just think a certain level of execution from us all, just knowing what to see on code, and especially for the men who just like to, just women are queen, are God. Those are very dangerous, man. Very dangerous. Uh, I don't know. It's something that really we control. But I ask you. I think I want to ask you guys something. Uh, what's your opinion on respond? I think with the video with the women, I think it's best not to respond. Again, it's not our thing, and it's just why give energy to something like that. Us as a community have way more things to worry about, and we do really need to stomp out these KK Keishas, or bed wenches, whatever you want to call them, because it's dangerous for us if we don't. And just separating them and kind of at least having a idea of what that looks like, whether it be physically and mentally, you know. And that's all I yield the floor.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, too many.
a hood conservative. You experienced the cowardice today that I experience every day.
oh Lord. Hmm. What you were saying, American worst?
No, I'm saying that hood conservative got kicked off of a channel for $500 instead of people wanting to hear the truth that makes their feelings hurt.
Oh yeah, yeah. You see that all the time. Periods. I mean, they hate the truth, bro. I mean, the truth. Hate. Well, I
People
got.
don't want to hear things that make them upset. People are stuck in their ego that they've got it figured out, and if anything goes against that, you're insulting them directly, and so they don't want to hear it. That's all Izzy's doing over there. He wants to sit there and he wants to say, I am somehow the successful man, that I know women better than anybody. And I can give everybody the exceptions and I can give everyone the directions. But then if you question him or even dig deep into his philosophy or his ideals, he can't, oh, get out of here, get out of here. I can't have that. I can't, you're disrespecting me. I can't have that. It's
Yeah, we
mental
call
cowardice.
that the himdemic. You know what I'm saying? Every dude, I mean, we all supposed to have this. We all got healthy egos. We are supposed to have confidence in
Yeah, yeah,
ourselves.
that's normal. But to not do like the way your ego gets stronger is by challenging it and reinforcing that you're correct. And he doesn't. These people don't want to even reinforce. They want an echo chamber because they know they're wrong. They know they can't defend it, but it's their business model on their channel.
and it,
That's all
Well,
it comes
well,
down to.
and that's
well,
crazy.
well. Hold on, though, right? The thing that I think has to be taken into consideration is you're challenging males who their whole ideology is from females, and so you're looking at them and viewing a male, but the mind is that of a female, and
No,
so
I agree.
that's why they react that way.
Well, you know why? Again, we got to go back to the so-called. Once we see, you could be so-called pro-black, but you ain't got to keep on with the so-called pro-black, the red, black, and green. Back to Africa. See, what we have got so-called led astray was a lot of these so-called black academias and intellects. They look more firmly on matriarchal tribes. So everything that is an attribute to being pro-black is basically matriarchal. So in essence, to be a pro-black dude, if you call yourself a pro-black dude, you literally got to go ahead and bow down to matriarchy.
Yep. No, I've seen that very prominently in all these pro. It's not even pro-black because I talked to enough people that are pro-black that don't that are not this. No, it's these liberal conformists.
Same thing.
Because no, there's enough black people that are like, F this shit. We're going back to the normal way nature should be. The male is the larger animal. It should be in charge.
But guess what? You
Okay.
can't be pro-black when you have that so-called mindset, like Dirty
No,
said.
but you can, because black people innately, okay, everybody knows that force is what determines authority. Okay, it's just that black men have been beaten down by black women for 100 years to say that they're abjectly worthless because you aren't doing what the white men are doing for their women, so you're worthless. You ain't shit. You can't even be a man. We're going to beat you down and we're going to act like men to you because you don't know how to be men.
And I'll
That's
go
what
ahead
they're.
and agree with you right there. And guess what? And to quote Dirty folks, that's when you have to decide: do you want to be black or what? Do you want to be a man? Because you cannot
Exactly.
be both.
I mean, in
Well,
these ideologies, I think it's a lot of false rhetoric that's being perpetuated about us. It really does. Okay, hold on, baby. I'm gonna call you back. It really does tell us that,
Well, give us an example of the false rhetoric being perpetuated
like that we that
in
we
these
are
ideologies.
that we make a bunch of baby mamas on purpose. Like, just it's. I think a lot of guys talked about these topics already. It just seems outdated, like a recycle of things being said and perpetuated. Black men are uneducated. We don't make good money. All of these things that
Yeah,
you
well, the
know.
numbers don't really bear that out. It's just easy to say,
Yeah, and
right?
that's
And
the
no one
problem.
questions it.
Yeah,
But the numbers don't bear that out, right? When the numbers bear that out, those are the white man numbers, and I don't want to hear it. When the numbers claim they're the most educated, when they're really the most enrolled in per
You know
capita,
what?
then all of a sudden that's the
You
white man numbers again. So
well, Nick,
know what I'm suspicious of? I'm suspicious of those whole abandonment numbers, as if like they've all just been wholesale abandoned. Like every dude that ever knocked a black chick up walked away, and I think it's one of those things that's easy to say, but I don't know if there's any real like statistical
oh,
verification on that.
biologically, a woman will walk away from her child before a man will. People don't. It's the propaganda.
That's what I'm saying. It's facts, bro. You're absolutely right. I've
they
seen
will.
it.
They will. I've seen it.
Who's the one? Who are the ones fucking doing abortions? Is it men that are saying, "Okay, I'm going to drive you. You better do that.
Yeah,
I'm going to watch you
yeah,
do it. I'm going to
yeah.
sit in there while you're doing it to make sure it's dead."
Uh,
No.
I give you one even better, Imperious. Hey, listen to this. Let's say she don't delete the little crumb crusher. Let's say she give birth full term. She got all these other places she could drop
She'll
it off
just
if she
dump
don't
it
want to
at
be
the
a mother.
fucking firehouse. She don't
Yep.
want to deal with it.
Let a man do that.
Dude, a man, it's the same thing. Why a single father, if he raises a child as a single father, that kid has a 5 times better odds to be a successful member of society than if he's raised by a single woman. It's not that hard. Men will because men understand the effort and how hard it takes for men to reproduce. And when they finally do it, it's like, I gotta fucking keep this thing alive because I may never get laid again. It's hard for men to get laid and impregnate women in general. Like, it's easy for women, so they don't care if they get rid of it. I can go get pregnant tomorrow. Every guy will fuck me. It's biology. Men, it takes a lot more for a man to fuck than it does for a woman. So if a guy gets a kid out of that fucking, he's going to take a lot more care of it than if a woman knows tomorrow she can go make another kid. It's the same thing with war bride syndrome. Have you guys ever heard of war bride syndrome? Anyone? Okay,
I've never heard of it.
Okay,
I
war
did.
bride
I did.
syndrome.
Not the
I had the.
syndrome. I'm
Yes.
familiar with the concept. I didn't know there was a whole syndrome to it.
Yeah,
Yes,
war
it
bride
is.
syndrome is
Bro,
it's the most apparent was in France during World War II.
Damn, you beat me
French
to it.
women, French women would, while the fuck, dude, they would line their French husbands up against the wall, and the French women would go running up to the German while they're holding the gun, start kissing them and making out with them while they're shooting their husbands.
Yep. Oh,
And
they're
then,
doing it in Ukraine right now.
Hey, that's fucking crazy.
And
They're
their
doing it in
kids.
Ukraine right now.
And their kids.
No, it's
And
actually a real thing. This is why after the war, there was like a big thing of shaving all those girls'
Yes.
heads because you have to pay for this. There's no way to
Yeah.
let you back in society without some type of atonement.
Hey, see,
it's
the
like
French man had that
it's the
song.
thing that Brad Pitt did to fucking in Inglourious Bastards. You know, you guys might get off, but I'm gonna give you a scar no one gonna forget. I'm gonna carve that Swazi right in your head.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the difference.
Man, that shit's crazy. I didn't know that, man.
What?
Dude, women
Well,
are so psychotic.
Unity, bro. Hey, look, how did we get in slavery again? If we so-called say that we got sold by the so-called African tribes and all that other
right.
stuff.
One of
Nah,
the
I don't
biggest
believe in
slave
the slave
trading.
trade, man. I don't
No,
believe in that.
one of the biggest slave trading tribes in Africa was the Dahomey, led by the warrior woman. So when they made that movie about the warrior woman a couple years ago, they were literally bragging on black
Woman
women enslaving men. The woman king,
Black
right?
men.
They were basically
Black men.
celebrating that she was the queen. They would go out there, a bunch of warrior women. They were like some African Amazon chicks or whatever. But that was a real story, and they were actually enslaving a bunch of men. And so the point is, though, we kind of have this real sweet, sugary image of the female model, and it's just not what they are, bro. They're every bit as savage as we are. They're just not
Well,
as strong as us, you know?
you want to hear something even more scary? I was talking to Dusty about this, and I think we as men need to step back a second and understand that women do not love the way that men love. Okay, I think we in general
Fact.
as men
Fact.
expect women to love us as we love
All
them,
of them. Yes.
and they cannot. They're not equipped to love like that.
Well,
Love is an action word. It's self-sacrifice.
well, is that a
Okay,
product of what this society has taught us to a degree?
no,
Nature
no,
and both. I think
no,
it's both.
hold on. Women do not love you for you. They love
Nope.
what you can provide for them.
Do for them.
Men love women for what they are. Women.
That's right.
The idea of love is non-existent in the woman's mind. It is survival. She will have affection for you as long as you can assure her and her offspring survival. The moment that stops is the moment that emotion shuts off. That's why women can become very cold when they're done with a man. Do you notice that there is no coming when a woman is broken up with you? It's done. She's not coming back ever. Like, they go cold. And they act like you don't exist as a human being because your usefulness, your utility is gone.
Yeah, until she become not useful, then she gonna ask where all the men go.
She's gonna monkey branch. She's gonna stay with you for the resources in the moment to assure she's alive in that moment, so she can assure survival by moving on to another guy with more resources. She will not move until she's assured those resources because she's got to survive. I've told every one of people this. The human infant is the most defenseless organism on the planet Earth. The human female is the most defenseless, fully grown organism on Earth. It cannot take care of itself. It cannot feed itself. It cannot hunt, cannot create shelter. It cannot assure its survival. Okay? So that's why they don't love. They love
They
what
ain't
you
what
can, like
they ain't
when
what
men
the
love
society
women for
told
what
me.
they are. Men go, you're just a
Not but
woman. I just love you. Men build the greatest architecture, write the greatest works of art and words. They create the societies to keep women safe. They advance medicine to make women survive, to keep them comfortable and happy. They create all these things like dishwashers, vacuums, all to make their jobs easier. Why? Because men love what women are, just women. Women don't love men for just being men. They love men that can make them survive. Because women know innately they can't survive on their own. Like this is the reality of the world. Women do not love. They're not capable of love.
but Imperious, what about the society had told me? Society told me that they were strong and independent. They can do anything that a man can do. They had programmed me that in my mind, with the Oprah programming, with the so-called girl boss movies, shows like Sex in the City, Girlfriends, Living Single. They had showed me. They had told me. They had told me ever since I was a little black boy, all the way up to now, to a middle-aged old man. They had told me all my life that the black woman was God. They told me that she was basically could do anything and everything, and she didn't need my black ass. But now you're telling me that she needs me. Now you're trying to tell me it's almost kind of they need to be around among us.
It's a facade. It's a shit test. Everything a woman does is a shit test. Okay? Nothing they say is everything that it's all to test you because they can't survive. So they have to constantly test the person taking care of them, that person, so they can be reassured that they will survive. Women cannot survive on that. A shit test is just a reinforcement in her mind. Okay, he's a guy that will take care of me. My dad told me this a long time ago. He said, your first child will be your wife.
Yep. My father told me that too.
Hey.
It is
Anyways,
what it is.
Can't discipline our children like they used to.
I just wanted to put that idea out there. I'll be back in a little bit, but man, I think it's what the problem we as men, all men, black men, white men, green men, purple men, it doesn't matter. We put the idea, like this gentleman said about the society's told, we project our notion of what we want women to love or how we want women to love us onto women. And so we get
That's correct.
disappointed. We get disappointed when they don't meet our expectations. I have no problem with people getting married, loving women, but you need to understand they're not going to love you back like that. You need to understand the moment you can't provide resources, they're going to leave you. And if you want to enter into that and you want to love them because that's what you are as a man, go right ahead. That's you, as long as you are knowing solid in the assurance that this is what women are. Don't go into it with a delusion that, oh my God, she's the different woman that's going to love me for me. And when I lose my job, she's going to stick around.
Right.
Women
Curious. Can I be the devil's advocate? Can I throw the monkey wrench in here? I won't go ahead and throw it here, but what was the roles were reversed though? Hood, did you mention already before you was on the panel and they said that the women are paying now, so they take care of niggas now. This what they said now. This is now out in the bandwidth. They taking care of niggas now, right?
Well, they're taking care of black people or niggas, whoever, white guys too. It's not. This is what you've seen. Is that the top end of society realizes that women spend tons of money. They don't save. What does that equate to? More tax money, more money in the rich people's pockets. So you've got to get women. You've got to get women jobs. You've got to get them independent. So they spend all that money and it goes back into my pockets.
Yep.
Okay. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with like women are telling. They don't like none of what they're telling you is factual. Or they don't believe it themselves. Notice how the top end of societies are always in these real traditional marriages where the woman is real and quiet and they stand a foot behind the man because she worships him. She's with a man that a woman can only love you if she's looking up to you like she's worshiping you. You have to be so much better than her, and she has to know it. That when people are taking pictures of you as a couple, she's not looking at the camera, she's looking up at you, and you're looking at the camera. Those are the only
Talk
relationships
that
that'll
shit,
work.
Imperious. Talk that shit. Yes. Yes.
That is the only relationships will work, is that you are so much, and it doesn't have to be money. It can
Mm-hmm.
just be the aura. You
Aura.
have to be
Man.
in the relation. It doesn't have to, you can make 50 grand and be in a relationship like this. It's just, you have to go in the relationship saying, I know what this woman is. I'm not going to be deluded. I'm not going to put all these emotions and expectations on her that they can't meet. I'm going to let her be how she is. I'm going to be the man and know what I have to be. And she's going to be how she's going to be. And I'm not going to bitch and complain because I know what she is. I'm not going to expect a cat to go and fetch and retrieve. I'm not going to expect a dog to go to a litter box. Like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't expect a grizzly bear to swim in 2,000-foot water. Like, it's just, why do we expect women to be something they're not going to be, and then we blame them for that?
Yep.
That's our fault as men.
Our fault. Too much expectations, man. Too much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just go into the woman, date her, just say she's a happy when I'm around. We're happy. I'm not going to put a ton of responsibility or expectation because I know she can't handle it. She's a girl. What she brings to my life is when we're hanging out, she's giddy and happy and does that little smile, feminine attitude. And everything other than that, I'm not going to put on her because anything more than that is more than what's expected of her. All that's expected of a woman is that you should do everything, and she just stands there smiling, looking pretty, and gives femininity. Other than that, you can't ask anything of them. That is all they do. That is all they, and then they will choose to breed with you because they will be like, oh my God, I rely on him for my survival. My child can rely on him. Now, because what do women say? I don't feel I'm secure to be feminine. That's just code word for, I don't think the guy will protect and provide for me so I feel comfortable breeding because my body goes to shit after I have a kid and I can't go get another man after that to give me the same living I have now. It's all resources because they can't survive on their own. Like, this is the luxury of love and dating for looks and enjoyment. That's what you're seeing in feminism now. Women are dating how men do. Men have the luxury to date for looks because we don't need anything other than that from women. Now women are put in the position where all they want is looks because we've created a society where all resources are paid, so that's all they need is looks. It's not that big a deal. It's not that hard to figure out. Anyways, I'll leave you guys at that. Discuss it if you want. I'll be back later.
This is why I've been just pointing out how romantic everyone's become. These people really think it's a romance, and it's just not. We basically the same creatures we've been for the last 10,000 years, and some things just work the way they work.
Yeah. Oops. Whoopsie. My bad.
I mean, everything Imperius said is correct. I wouldn't disagree with any of that. I understand that reality. I'm sure you guys
That's
do
my
as
first time
well.
being on the panel with him. My bad. Go ahead, American Words. My bad.
Really? Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you guys understand that as well. You guys should have, been old enough to sort of see that out of women at this point.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I am old enough. I've seen too much.
Yeah, most people see it after a marriage or something, some real breakup or something like that. A lot of guys haven't had the opportunity or privilege to see what it's like when a woman really likes you, so they can't really tell. So some guys take a couple bonks for them to really get it. But once you lose that angelic ideology of them, it's a very humbling experience.
It's like losing your innocence, like a
Yeah.
child losing his
Yeah.
innocence.
Yep. It's oh crap. You start looking at your mama different. You start looking at anybody different who interacts with a man, and
Look,
you see, oh, this is how people feel.
Well, no, that's the reality of it, though. Like all the bullshit that chicks do to you right now, your mom probably did to your dad. Like if your mom and dad aren't together, she definitely did that shit to your dad.
Most definitely, but y'all, not Bob Bobber. Yo, let me stop. Yo, I don't know how my parents' relationship was, but they was some old. They was some old
Yeah, I
men.
don't know
Now,
mine either.
but
My mom.
ultimately, you're right. Like, if you understand and you look around, at some point you do draw the conclusion, oh, this probably was my mother 40 years ago. But
Oh, most definitely,
a lot of
most
dudes are
definitely
scared of
with the
that
boom.
conversation because they're taught to worship.
Oh yeah, we talking about 40 years ago. So we got to incorporate not only boomers but Gen X at this point because they was around basically grown
Yeah,
doing what they was doing back around in 85. You know what I'm saying? Going
yeah.
to 86 now. You know about to be 2026 around this motherfucker. So yeah, they was growing around here. So the boomers and the Gen X of the mid 80s is basically the elders now.
But yeah, to me, right? And I don't know. I don't know. I guess I hear people say that like, you know, not every man gets laid and blah blah blah. I it was evident to me who women were by the number of women with men that you end up sleeping with. Like, I mean, if you sleeping with a bunch of women that like got boyfriends and husbands and all of that, I mean, you do that once, twice, maybe three times, you begin to see, oh, this they ain't about shit.
Yeah, ain't
Oh,
nobody. That's on JD. That's really on JD.
That's what
It's
that's
a
what
dangerous
kills me
game.
about the whole concept of like players regret and all that. One of the other things I realized, like, so you got a lot of dudes who they were running through women or whatever back in their day, and now you're on the internet trying to, defend their honor. And it's like, bro, the fact that you could run through them is proof that they're not that great. And you don't want to connect those dots though, but that's like the simplest dot to connect. If they were that great, you wouldn't have ran through them so easily, bro.
Simple remorse. All right, players simple remorse. We gotta put it now. We gotta put both of them together now. Instead of having just players remorse, we gotta have players simple remorse. I mean, think about it. You got a lot of these dudes that tell you they was getting so much snatch from back in the days, especially the golden age we call the 80s and the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Even though we had the little package epidemic back then, but they'll tell you and pontificate about all the snatch they was getting, all the so-called little young, especially the young ones, young naive ones from the 80s and 90s, you know what I'm saying? That was a little bit too young to be dealing with, we ain't gonna mention no names, but they'll tell you all that stuff to go ahead, get on these panels and tell you that, what I'm saying, you niggas is wrong. Yeah, we got a lot of these sim provisionists around. Sim visionaries.
Yeah,
simple revisionist is wild.
I mean, that's what they
I didn't
are.
know there was a such thing as a simple. Listen, I just didn't know there was a such thing as a simple revisionist.
Yeah. Look, bro. Look, you got sim. So look, no matter what all the so-called women they left these men, they got their kids, they doing all these boss things, but still the man fault. And but we go and tell the simp and the so-called Keisha every time we like, look, you fought for your independence. Look, you went with the government. You got these jobs. You know what I'm saying. You even moved to the suburb with a Section 8. You got a dude that basically that need to depend on you because of Section 8 because he ain't got no place to live and now we in this predicament. I mean, and you still saying it's a straight thinking, free thinking, straight black man with a good career job fault?
Yo, did you say you got a dude that's dependent on you? My mind doesn't even compute that.
I mean, that's look, bro. Look, can
No,
we be
I'm
honest?
just saying, bro. Like I see it. I'm just saying, like I personally cannot process that. I don't know what is that? You
Because
got a
you're
dude that's
trying.
dependent on you.
You know why? Because look, you know what you're doing right now, American Worst, aka American Man. You trying to apply logic to women, and the two never ever go and never.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about as far as how a dude would find himself dependent on a
Yeah,
woman. That's what
yeah.
doesn't compute to me.
You can be logical with men, but you can never be logical with women.
No, I
It
agree with you, but again, the statement you call that's how you got a man dependent on a woman. What does that mean? Like I don't
look,
understand that.
you look, you have to understand. You have to understand the modern day simp. See, the modern day homosexual simp. He needs this woman because he was raised by this type of woman, and basically, she gave him his style. She gave him his swag. I got my name from a woman. Got my game from a woman. So just like Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, we have a lot of baby boys walk around, and the only ideology is they need this woman to go ahead and fulfill a sick Oedipus complex. Because what we learn in Baby Boy, see, what did Melvin tell Jody before he knocked his goofy ass out on that dinner table? He said, "Yo, you want your mama to be your woman, but this is my woman." I mean, how many guys we know like that in relationships like that?
If I'm being honest, I don't know a lot of guys like that. All
You
the
might
all
not
the
know a
guys
lot.
that I hang out with, huh?
You might not know a lot of them, but you know at least one.
Yeah, maybe I do, and I don't know his lifestyle, but all the guys that I personally associate, hang out with, they know about their business. They're not sitting around waiting on no woman to tell them left or right or up or down.
Yeah,
And I didn't
I
see
would
that
assume
growing up.
I would assume guys like that. I don't personally hang out with guys like that either, but I would assume guys like that are always up under some woman, or of course, like their provision, and that can that can be dangerous in a way because they're gonna support whatever it is that the ideology of that woman that they tell them. But end of the day, I don't think women stay with those guys like that. It usually takes a baby sometimes for them to separate, or something that requires real
And then that's when it becomes that these niggas ain't shit.
yeah,
It's
Yes,
a, it's a weird problem that's happening, and I've seen it play out up close. It's like you are attracted to the worst dudes, and then you be like shocked that things don't go well. Like, what did you want to happen?
because look, because that's the only type of guy y'all supposed to be leaving, right? Because Lord forbid you leave a good man. Y'all ain't catch that part.
yeah. I
Well,
caught you.
no, because it's about maintaining the victim status, right? As long as the dude is a bum who's obviously like ain't shit, she's always the victim. He's always wrong. But if you actually get with a dude who's about something and you got to be on time and you got to stay on the mission, then you become the problem.
And that's what is the community. Anything else? I mean, I would like to go down this anthropological study tail, but I mean, I think y'all got the gist of things. I wish SKC was up here.
Now, SKC's doing, I think he's still live on Rumble right now. He's doing a whole other show. I really wasn't even planning on going live again tonight. It was just that thing kind of caught me off guard. Like, wow, wow. It's like a sign of my value almost. Like, I'm almost flattered in a way. Like, the hate is a special thing. I've never really known, I've never actually got a monetizable measurement of how much of this hated me before.
$500 worth, but it's kind of like melancholy though, because she paid is though the 500. And you already know is ain't about to go ahead and break no bread with you. That's the only thing that imagine she had tossed the 500 on your panel though. I mean,
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Life is like that. This is the nature of the beast.
I, 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 I mean, she is basically pay for this nigga's grocery for this month. I mean, she basically paid for this nigga's whole entire grocery bill to knock you off and say f you conservative. That's the biggest disrespect. That was a hateful flex. Shit. And how many? And what's that? What 20 minutes? What? So it go by minutes. So I mean, how the
No, a perma ban, a lifetime ban. I
dang.
can't even type in the chat. That shit is wild.
So he blocked you too?
Damn, what
I'm
you say?
blocked, bro. I said these bitches on
I
their
hear the
own.
video before. Oh yeah, yeah. Damn.
What did you say?
Yo,
So
I
that's
said they
either
on their
real
own.
love. That's either real love or real hate.
I just picture
That's the same.
It's a little bit of both, bro. It really is.
Radio Raheem. I just picture Radio Raheem with the love and hate finger rings. But yeah, go ahead. Do the
That's
right thing.
wild. 500 to boot you. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, can nobody get me that emotional or upset, motherfucker? Log off.
Like it
Yo,
ain't
motherfuckers
nothing.
forgot that they can log off, bro.
That's how somebody rent, bro. That's somebody car note. Damn.
Nah,
You
you
know
know
the
what
funny
else I
thing is,
think?
my whole point is, I'm not going to defend against Lily or whatever you on your own. And as I poked back in and listened to them talking after I was gone, the other dudes on the panel are kind of low key saying the same shit. They're just not as direct about it. I'm harsh about it, I guess. I'm mean.
Yo, low key though, right? I think doing that, what they another thing is that's some sort of challenge. Like, look, nigga, I'm balling. I could go 500 to get you out of here. You put up 500 to come back. No, bitch, I'm logical. Telling you to
Why? Yeah.
fuck
Why
off
would
is
I
not
give
that
Izzy?
important.
Why would I give Izzy $500 to do anything?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, bitch, I'm logical. I'm not paying 500 to tell you to fuck off. I already tell you to fuck off for free.
But
I
no,
mean,
the bounty model, it's a psychological trigger though. That's why they use the bounty. So you bring up a controversial person, and then somebody's gonna pay to get rid of them because they just can't help themselves. Like when you think about it, the bounty method is it's a psychological ploy.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I was there. Listen, I was there when the bounty thing started. So, I mean, I agree. But I just think it's a little weird. Like 500. Like, listen, I've engaged in the bounties myself, right? Just having fun, even with people that I had no problem with on YouTube, just to fuck with them, right? The homie this shit. But like 500, nah, bro. Ain't nobody on YouTube getting $500 from me just because I don't like what someone said. That's
I'm
fucking
telling you
weird.
that is a mental issue, bro. I'm telling you, you probably home alone, rubbing the skin off your little bean. The shit is there's something going on there, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it gotta be because I would listen. Look, $20, and I'm like, look, this motherfucker even worth $20? Like, you know what I mean? I don't even find most people worth $20. 500? Nah, bro.
Man,
And,
she got to cash in some of her food stamps now.
and they could talk all that. You broke this and you broke that. Nah, bro. Ain't nobody worth no 500.
yeah,
Only,
nobody.
only
That
time I don't
nigga is
fucking.
probably, that nigga is probably bought the good Hennessy tonight. That nigga went and bought a spray. He got this VSOP tonight.
Hey, listen, man. To each their own, I guess. But like you said, it does seem psychological because that seems excessive to get somebody off to not right. And here's what it tells you though, right? Is that you're gonna pay me $500 for me to simp for you. That's really what it was. It wasn't to move you. It was 500 because now here's the thing, right? Forever he has to simp to her
That's right.
because I paid you $500.
That's right.
Don't for,
And that's why I don't like the bounty system because I don't want to be beholden to any dollar.
I mean, it's up to their own discretion to go ahead and contribute. I mean, it's a donation at the end of the day.
I'll be right back.
I mean, ain't you providing a service? Ain't this a medium that you give your basically your intellectual property and this bandwidth, and you basically provide entertainment with a certain type of political flair? Don't people contribute and donate? So even with that in motion, they just donated to have somebody kicked off from the program that they enjoy, which is going to basically provide a good sentiment. I mean, it's a formula. The formula.
You know what's
I just
so funny? Now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm thinking about it, bro, I gotta leave the chitlin circuit. I gotta find the white side of YouTube. Gotta make some white friends on the panels. I think I'm being kicked out of the community.
no hood. You have to realize that there is no community tie. Like the little boy said about the spoon. We kicking red pill game, right? The little boy said that the thing about the spoon, there is no spoon. Ergo, in retrospect, the community tie, there is no community tie. So move as such. You should see the little binary code things coming down your what's the name, but I mean I can only do Morpheus so good with my crown.
Yeah, no, what was that line? I don't even see ones and zeros. I just see blonde, brunette, redhead.
Yeah, see, I wish it was D12 that was give me the red pill what's the name, because they had a whole bunch of other pills I would love to took in between, but that's a different time and a different day.
Well, no, this is something. Frieza, I think, was talking about this last night, and I called this out a long time ago when I noticed the shift because a lot of guys got banned, and then like the content started shifting over to like StreamYards and what was the other one? Microsoft Chats or something like that. Um, once the red pill space kind of started to be focused around black men, I called it out from the jump. Dudes are gonna simp, and they're gonna purple up the red pill, and that's what wound up happening. Dudes have kind of diluted the red pill, and it was all for the love of Keisha. And the same thing keeps happening over and over again. Dudes are so afraid of the race car that they keep falling back to Keisha, and so they can never break away from Keisha because they're afraid of the white man, and it's fucking tragic though. But I watch it happen over and over again. It's like Groundhog Day every couple of years around here, bro.
Because we're gonna go back to we're gonna circle right back to the statement. To be pro-black, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be El Gibby because they the most revolutionary, what's the name? And to basically have your woman to be in charge of your community, which there is no community, and therefore makes you a de facto simp. You know what I'm saying? Simps
You know
got
what? You know what that tells me, Hood? That tells me that a lot of these niggas ain't going outside to actually be around, like actually out in the world being around white men, right? That tells me that they're actually staying up under Keisha and a bunch of other niggas that ain't really going outside in the world to deal with white men or any
That's
kind of
absolutely
man.
true. That's literally true. So like, I was. You guys are probably listening. Yesterday, we had all these guys on the panel, and nobody was talking the crazy shit. Like dudes have a fantasy that just doesn't match the reality. And then when you actually talk to these guys, there is no convincing Izzy that there is not a plan to wipe him out. I said it to him a bunch of times. Like you got this weird, almost a pseudo sexual fantasy of being like wiped out, and nobody wants to do that to you, but you can't help but to imagine. And it's like in the back of his mind, it's literally like the meme, like "oppress me harder, daddy." Like that's how a lot of dudes really are, and it's crazy when you watch it play out up front of you.
Yo, I alluded to that earlier, Hud, because I like even when listening to Nick Fuentes and all of that, I'm like, this guy's gripe is not even really with black people, or with black men for that matter, right? And if you and it, look, I'm a listen. If you really get to talking to white men, they will they know who and what the problem is. Be it Keisha, be it the white liberal woman, be it the hats, like they know who the real problem is. If you really start talking to a lot of white men, They ain't really got no gripes with black men, aside from like the ones that's like uber retarded.
Right, like
Well,
the pure racial hatred thing is it's so few and far between. It's almost not existent, bro. Like we don't even
well,
live in that era no more.
well. You gotta understand a lot of these so-called they exist. They you y'all forgot one thing. See, there has
I'll be
been
right back.
it has been a low case of testosterone that has been played on society. So to be a racist from the so-called quote unquote races that we're used to, like the Bull Connors of the world, you know what I'm saying? That to do with the German Shepherds down in Alabama with the bullhorn with the cowboy hat. See, we symbolize that as your typical racist. You know what I'm saying? We think that's the epitome of racism. But what if I told you that you have to have a mass amount of testicular fortitude to be a racist? So we have a whole bunch of covert racists because they don't have the nuts to go ahead and actually be the racist of yesteryear's past.
Well, you kind of remind me of a criticism I was making. I was over on Key Butters before, and they were talking about black folk practicing some type of racism, and I was just like, "Oh, that's so cute." But you guys can't be racist. You're too feminist to be a racist. And now that you're saying that, I wonder if there is a testosterone component to top of racism. Because real racism does come from the balls, bro.
And what's the phrase? No nuts, no glory. So men of the greatest society of the West, of especially American civilization over here, where's your balls? Hey, black men in the community, hey, Pookie, Ray, Tyrone, Ophius, and what have you, where's your balls?
They're terrified, bro. A lot of dudes really do kind of live in this weird, like, you know how like chicks watch scary movies because they enjoy the emotions of fear and being frightened and all that. I think that's how a lot of men talk about like racism and white folk and white supremacy. It does. It really reminds me of a woman's relationship to horror.
I mean, with like romance novels, scary movies, you know what I'm saying, especially the romance novels with Walmart Tavius in them. Um, the thug love books and everything. See, the chemical imbalance that's in the women folk, you know what I'm saying, especially in the community, along with the lie, a lot of the tight hair braiding, and then the contraptions they put on their head that we call hair hats. It has a biochemical type of reaction to the so-called psyche, and to the point they move in a certain type of way that they like like a what's the Tommy called them? Um, the Terminator. Well, something like a version of the Terminator. Look, once she is programmed in that type of way, bro, it's kind of really hard to break that type of ideology, and especially if she got a scepter ring, is even worse. It's like the superpowers get the BT-1000. Thank you, KG. The BT-1000. Especially with the super sucking ring in between their nose. I think it like get them some type of energy or something like that. I don't know, but this particular entity is a danger amongst us all, and it cannot be controlled. It must be dealt with extreme caution. But for some reason, you try to tell that to these men that's trying to go ahead and bring the conversation back to the table. They just want to talk about this table. They want to bring them back to the table. But the chicks already told you, look, they say fuck the table. Y'all dudes is gonna pay us or not. But if we gotta pay, we're gonna pay for the dude that we want to fuck. If you ain't him, again, we have a endemic. We have a him problem. A lot of dudes believe they could be him through they simping because they seen it done back in the day, but it's no more. And I passed the mic.
No, I think they out here singing "I'm every Keisha." It's all in them.
Well, that generation is slowly dying off. I mean, some will go check on Casey and JoJo. Some will go and check on Boys to Men. I mean, I know they old and gray. They ain't coming on stage like that. Ladies, they can't get on their knees no more. You know what I'm saying? They got the calcium on the elbows, arthritis kind of kicked in. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't about to come and sing them love songs to y'all no more. Them days is over with. You got the futures of the world. And salute to Pastor Hendricks. We ain't have Pastor Hendricks. I don't know where we'd be out in this world.
A lot of these niggas are weird, but like I said, it just says that like these dudes don't go outside, and when they see white men, they get scary, and they see a master or something. That's how you know a lot of these niggas move inferior.
I think it's the movies. I don't know. Maybe they keep on. I think it's
Nah,
epigenetic.
bro. Nah, bro. It ain't. Nah, bro.
Oh, Free Zone, you just got here. Free Zone. I'm banned from Izzy's channel. A girl paid $500 to permanently ban me because apparently I hurt her feelings.
When is a woman's feelings never hurt? I mean, that should be
Exactly. Exactly.
your presence as a black man already upsets her, and especially you a black man that's on his shit, and she can't bring you down, and you could be happy with. Oh yeah.
You know what's funny? I was on a panel with Mello the other day. He was on Drip Show, and I was talking to Mello. And normally, when I get up on a panel, Mello leaves, right? Like she said that shit several times, and she's done it a bunch of times. She'll just leave. She don't even pick a fight or say nothing crazy. She'll just leave. So last night, I'm on a panel with Mello, like for hours, just talking regular stuff, you know. And so I asked her at one point, like, you normally run away when I get on the panel. Why are you here, like, just chilling this time? Why do you normally run away? And you know what she said? She said, because you challenged me like no other. And I was like, oh. Like that was a layered comment. Like there was some moisture in that comment, but like I think that's kind of what's going on. Like dudes don't be trying to challenge these chicks, bro. They just be
Nah,
want to make them
she said
happy.
the quiet part out loud. You don't allow me to get away with my BS. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you hold me up to the what's the name, and I can't have that. I want you to follow in line like the rest of these so-called simps. They think they're gonna get some type of validation, a pat on the head. Even some of them think they're gonna get some coochie too. They ain't. You know what I'm saying? They ain't. And that's how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, then a lot of men in this world killed men over cooch. I mean, the city of Troy fell because of two over.
You know what I don't understand, and this is a very black culture thing. Black men are just like this, right? Like we're on the internet, so theoretically, every person I'm talking to is 1,000 miles away, right? So in my mind, that level of distance, it removes the need to simp. Because I'm only gonna simp for real. If I'm simping, I'm trying to get some box out of it. I don't like dry simping. I don't like simping for practice. You know what I mean? So if I'm gonna go there, I'm doing it for the mission. I think there's gold at the end of this rainbow. But dudes be on a panel and it's like wasted stripping. It's pointless. Like, what did you expect to get out of this? And I
Hey,
hate that because like this is the one time, this is the one dynamic where we've purposely removed all of the sexual tension from the equation, and you can just be you.
hey,
And dudes can't do it.
Yo,
now we got to go back to my phrase. Well, remember what I brought to your lexicon and salute to me, Chad. When I'm about to say this. Remember why I brought the theory of the so-called tricking of the fourth kind.
I
theory of
remember you
what?
saying that. Yeah, tricking of the fourth kind. Look, run us back to it.
Okay,
Yep.
that's necessarily a trick, and see the old ways of tricking is so direct. You take money, you put in palm of hand of said so-called prostitute, you bang said prostitute. Tricking of the second kind is basically you know what I'm saying, you just tricking because you just, feel like pleasing a chick. You know what I'm saying, you get off of tricking. That's a type of thrill seeking behavior. You know what I'm saying, so that's second kind of trick. Third kind of tricking, you know what I'm saying? Not only you send the money to a woman that you basically don't even know, but you send the money because of how she look on editorials. But you probably get like the magazines and all that good stuff. You get some type of physical pleasure out of it by her being there, but you're still tricking. The fourth kind of tricking is OnlyFans.
Yo, this dude Hood said, I don't like dry simping.
And now we get to the fifth dimension of sin. We get to the fifth part. Izzy, Sharon, a whole bunch of the other guys. See, their simping is into a fifth dimension. Hood. So I got upgrade. So instead of being the fourth kind now, it's the fifth kind. You know what I'm saying? It's the fifth kind. This particular tricking is they have to simp for the so-called benefits. Derek Jackson is a magnum opus of what these niggas are trying to go ahead and reach.
We still doing Derek Jackson?
Yeah, but man, Derek Jackson, they really want to coat. These niggas want to be Nature Boy and Brother Polite, but they ain't got the ism and they ain't got the sand to go ahead and do that type of ish. But they'll go ahead and take the so-called donations as long as they say the right thing to please that Keisha, because Keisha ain't got no things to be pleased with. So that's tricking.
I don't like your eyes sipping.
That's tricking of the fifth kind. Because you are the trick in the situation when we put yourself in that type of groveling. Because now we're going right back to what I said. These particular men live in particular households and they do this on YouTube. And sometimes chicks take care of them. I mean, do we got to bring up a particular guy by the name of Taz?
You know what I realized, and I don't even want to keep dragging all random people into it, but there's something I've never liked about like the way the whole courtship. Courtship is the wrong word, but the whole dating approach in Black America. This is why I call it monkey dancing. Because like if you watch dudes when they talk to girls, it's always from a supplicant position. It's always from the like the dudes always holler at chicks from the beggar's position, and I hate that nature of it.
Then we just got through talking about Iceberg Slim and Donald Goins the con. I mean, do we gotta talk about you got kind of whore? I mean, that's the only way you can get over. You got a kind of whore. See that they never talk about that part. See, they only talk about the simps and the tricks. They never talk about the con artist. You know,
From the beggared position. That's crazy work.
Well, think about it. Like, have you ever just been like a fly on the wall and listened to the dude try to mat to a girl? It's always a nigga basically on a begging position. It's like it's a weird like this. Is what I call it essentially monkey dance. It's like you're doing all these little look at me, won't you choose me kind of things. Because meanwhile, as the woman, you've already chosen her, so her job is done by just breathing. But as the dudes, it's like you're constantly in this position of like proving
peacocking.
yourself, peacocking. Yeah, dudes do it a lot, bro.
And unfortunately for the Negro male, I believe that the so-called Luster's hair grease from back in the day, or the so-called Vaseline. I don't know, your moms put just regular petroleum jelly in disguise and call it grease to put on your head, and disguise it with a little brush here, a little brush there, and told you to keep your waves tight. I don't know the chemicals, especially the Jerry curl and other shit. I don't know if the Negro male has basically got susceptible by said chemicals to make him more effeminate and moving more of effeminate natures. And Lord forbid these niggas getting hair units like the chick, like wigs and whatnot. So,
Bro, stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. It's the single mothers, bro. Stop it. If you've never been hold on, no. It's not about the chemicals, bro. I can't let you get away with that one. And you know I rock with you all the time, bro. It's being raised around your aunt, your sisters, your moms, your grandmother. It's all of that, bro. That's what's doing it.
Nature versus nurture. Look, listen.
You know what's so funny? Mr. O, like, it's weird. I'm in the same position now that my father was in when I was growing up. But now I realize how valuable that was when my dad used to come get me out to projects and take me to go do this and do that. We'd just be going places, just regular stuff. And I realized how different that made me from everybody else, bro. And it's one of those intangible things, but it's so important. And this is why, like, I'm making a point. I always gotta go pick my son up. It's like I take my son out way more than I take my girls out. Cause like he needs it more. He's in a house full of chicks, but he needs it way more.
Because that's the extent of your of your seed, bro. I mean, he gonna pass on your literally your whole legacy. I mean, without him, theoretically speaking, I mean, hood conservative doesn't live on. So yeah, I mean, a man always takes pride of his son, especially in reach like that. But the thing is, though, it's a chemical imbalance with nature and nurture. American words. So you have to
What?
understand. The American Negro boy has been put on a lot of different chemical imbalances, both in his body and around his surroundings. And I'm not trying to be like one of them so-called Oswald based type of dudes like that. I ain't trying to go ahead and equivalate, you know what I'm saying, to this situation. But I feel like the chemicals, like the wave grease, the so-called petroleum jelly, the Jerry curl juice, and all these other different things that dudes have put in their head. The same way with these chicks putting lye, putting all that other stuff in their head, you with weaves and stuff, and it causes a chemical reaction, and they basically walk around here discombobulated and stuff like that. It applies to the men too, but it's basically the chemicals that got inside here to feminize us. You know what I'm saying? To the and then have the woman to raise us to have a whole neighborhood, a whole nation of bitch niggas. That's what we are
Mr.
dealing
O,
with.
if I can chime in, and I gotta agree with American worst on this one, bro, because I live in San Antonio. Freaking Mexican niggas do the same thing as like FBA cats. They out there the same way, acting effeminate, dirty macking. They be like 130 pounds dating a 200-pound chick who's 17 with like 3 baby daddies. Thirsty as fuck. I just got back from Honduras. Them little Honduran niggas are down there doing the exact same shit. It's the mamas. They all raised by single mamas, bro. They all freaking operate in their mama frame.
Yes, we
Niggas
call
just
that
been
the
doing it
baby
for
boys.
60 years.
The
Yeah,
baby
niggas
boys.
just been doing it. Yeah, niggas been doing it for 60 years. That's all we've seen in our lifetime. Is niggas doing that shit.
I mean, they did mess with the water. I mean, it's a lot of conspiracies out there. You know, they mess with the water. You know, they put all this stuff in there to make the men weak and stuff like that. Like I said before about the testosterone.
I think the wave grease feminizing you is a good conspiracy. There might be some truth in it, but I think it's a lot stronger to just put it on the single mother matriarchal environment. The wave grease is just it's a minor touch. It's a cherry on top, you know.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Man,
You did that to me, Murray.
hey, we drink the same water. We use the same fucking Carefree Curl Wave grease, whatever that shit was in that black can you couldn't open up. We put the
Bro,
same
the
wave
blue
caps
can,
on.
the
Murray,
360 luster. We all
that was
use that
Murray.
360 luster in a blue can.
That's why
I
you
don't
heard
know
what
what
I
you
said,
Yeah,
right,
talking
Hood?
about.
You did that to me, Murray.
Yeah, Murray fucked us up, bro. It was gay chemicals in the Murrays, bro.
Bro, look,
but
y'all remember when we had the Jermaine Stewarts of the world back in the 80s walking around with the damn Jerry curl? See, the Soul Glow eras from yesteryear, the wave grease, the S curls, and all that shit. That a lot of that stuff is effeminate in nature, and the chemicals don't add on to it because you gotta look at the chemicals. And it seeps into your brain and stuff like that, then gets to your bloodstream and stuff like that. Just like the alcohol. Remember malt liquor? Remember this? What's the name? You push malt liquor onto the black community, but no other community because they had some type of chemicals in it that was supposed to do some type of things to the black man. But hey, I guess it failed. But we still here. But I
okay.
digress.
So
No, I
Hood,
don't
so
believe that.
Hood,
I think,
so
yeah,
Hood.
yeah.
Hold on. How come Mr. O can get into this Robert Zephyr territory, but I can't? He said that there's a chemical reaction from the Jerry curl juice with niggas that only affects a certain type of nigga. If that, hey, I ain't saying nothing.
I don't know how. Listen, normally I cut you off about flat Earth shit. I don't really stop you from talking about that kind of conspiracy.
Well, we've been doing soy for how long? How long they been doing soy now? 40 years?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Well, no, you know what? There's a lady going around, and there's like a couple of interviews she's been doing recently, explaining like how the Western world is just suffering from mass feminization because we like once it like I guess it was like in the early 2000s, you had for the first time the majority of college students were women. And then from there, you got like now a bunch of judges and lawyers are women. And so when you move into like the corporate world, a lot of CEOs and a lot of people in like the administrative offices are women. And we've never really had a model to predict how women being in so many positions of power would just change the overall culture of a place. And so this lady, I forget her name, but she's been talking about that lately, how the West is effectively feminized. And because so many women are in so many different positions of power, don't think the woke situation is done just because Trump is in office. We really got a lot to deal with.
No, I mean because it's on both sides, bro. Whether they're like crazy commie women or conservative women, they think the exact same way.
Oh yes.
They
Oh yeah.
so
I
I
just saw a
mean,
clip from Tucker Carlson. I was going to review this later, but or maybe tomorrow. But Tucker Carlson, he apparently Tucker discovered the extreme women. I forgot how he framed it, but there was somebody on his show explaining how like we do really have a problem with the girls in Western culture.
I mean, the book we live in the book of 1984. I mean, it was always the women. I mean,
yeah,
what
facts.
I mean, I forgot what George Orwell had said with that phrase because it's very important because they basically was like the most part of the
The
culture that
women, yeah, the
yeah,
women are the most loyal to the party.
and it spewed the most hatred, the most all that good stuff and everything. So yeah, I mean, hey, they gotta tell you what they're gonna do to you before they actually do it. I mean, we here. I mean, I feel
But,
like
but,
we
but, but
good.
look at this, Mister O. Y'all some older millennial cats, but you got Allie Beth Stuckey, conservative woman, telling me that I can't download and I shouldn't be able to download and watch West Coast Productions. You know what I'm saying? Like, how some 20-year-old white woman gonna tell me that I can't just
Is
download some fucking
is is,
2000s
is, uh,
greatness?
is, is West Coast Productions still in business? I would think they'd be gone by now.
Why? Why would you think that? You don't you see? I mean, shoot. I mean, black is a thing. Not that I say that I know and watch said material. I don't even know if on journalistic and investigative purposes, but I mean they got this thing called black. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of different visual editorials. I mean,
Yeah, but watching a woman be telling me as a man, as a grown ass man, old ass Gen Xer, what the fuck I should do?
oh no,
Or
you know
any
what the real
man.
hypocrisy is? No, you hit them with this. You hit them with this, Trey, and don't you ever forget it. They want to go ahead and browbeat and shame you for go ahead and join so-called Black Ice, West Coast Productions, Brazers, and all them other so-called sites. But guess what? They get their rocks off of watching. I mean, reading some of these so-called fantasy novels with fucking centaurs on a damn cover. You know what I'm saying? I shit you not. I shit you not. They are the most perverted. They are most sexually devious creatures. They've been showing to y'all for the last 2 decades. Look how they walk outside.
And even you look at the women at Trump's Gatsby party. You got moms. You got moms. They at home. They on Halloween at Mar-a-Lago, freaking busted wide open. Dressed up like they in that Gatsby movie. But at the same time, they telling us, "Oh, yo, man, you men shouldn't be doing this. You guys, these are conservative women."
See, my brother. See, you had missed the so-called greater scheme of this conspiracy, my brother. See, you just talked about the 1920s. See, they had the flapper girls back in the 1920s, girl. We got the Whopper girls. We got the Cardi B's. What was the girl from? They had Sally Ride, or whatever her name was. You know what I'm saying? Look, we in that same time period, brother, man. You know what I'm saying? The history don't repeat itself, but it does rhyme.
I think it's hilarious. Dudes just want a race war that white folk have no interest in. The white folk is not caring about. White folk are not worried about trying to get rid of you niggas, bro.
I mean, but what else niggas gonna fight for? I mean, if we don't have an invisible boogeyman to fight for, that means we gotta go ahead and look in the mirror. We gotta look in the mirror and adjust our own shortcomings and say, like, damn, I'm a fuck up and a loser. And a lot of people can't face that fact. I mean,
Well, it's like this, y'all. I'll tell got hood. Okay, man, I'm gonna tiptoe with this. There's this guy, on Twitter, the Nick Fuentes type, and he talks about when you take a group of people who barely are out of the Stone Age, out of cargo cult territory, and you put them in the modern world with cell phones, Wi-Fi, and StreamYard. This is what you get. They don't know what to do with themselves.
You know what? I think there's something else happening here. Like, all right, so when we talk about the economics of it all, and especially with black, like when the women are kind of, I think black men make more than black women, but not by a huge enough margin. And so the women can largely say with their chest out, I just don't need you men for whatever, right? And so when it comes to this like racial conversation and this talk about the white man doing this, that, and the third, that is the last thing you got to bond you to Keisha. That's all you
Well,
got left to offer her is I'll fight for you in this alleged race war.
well, that I mean, here's the thing, though, right? When you remove the government from that equation, the numbers go a lot lower.
that's right.
Well, no, guys. We should man up. We should teach these young black dudes to man up and marry these queens, man. At the youngest age, get them back in church and marry these these queens. Doesn't matter how many bodies, baby daddies they got. If we tell these young guys to marry them and get them back in church, I think the black community can be saved that way.
Who lied to you like that? Who's this guy? Is this what? Who? No.
So, my name is now Trey Zone Luke. I'm Trey Zone Luke right now.
I'm sorry, I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
even
know.
think it's about church or nothing like that. Men have to make a lot more money, and then I think that's just how you reset it.
Bro,
As long as
bro.
women are so close in parity, it's not going to work out right.
But everybody's average. Even look, bro. Look. See, just like the dumb BITCH out here. Look, majority of the world in this whole country is average. You know what I'm saying? That you are trying to tell average people that the average man and the average woman who are basically on the same what's the name can't not be together, even though they have the most in common, can do the most things together. And I mean, the ones that even try to get to the so-called top, you know what I'm saying? It's a different monster. A lot of people that got this type of mindset, the A type, the type A types, they have a type of mind that you call them crazy. A lot of people can't handle.
But no, Mr. O, if we get the elders together in the community, the Umar Johnsons, the Khalid Muhammad types in the community, we can put social pressure on the women to work in conjunction with their men. And even if the man's making less, it's okay to make him a sandwich if you make 20,000 more a year than him.
Hey, Trey, can I ask you a question? Did Khalid Muhammad and Omar Johnson get them bitches back in the kitchen make a damn sandwich yet? I risk
Look,
my bet.
I'm trying to argue from this side. I'm catching hell from Free Zone and Telegram, so I'm trying to argue from this side. I'm
Hell,
turning
then,
over a new leaf,
no,
and
since you
I'm
arguing from
arguing
that
from this
side,
side.
since you arguing from that side, I want to tell your pro-black self right now. So I'm speaking to the pro-blacks. I find it ironic that y'all go ahead and defend this Keisha, but recently it was a Keisha that almost burnt down MLK's house. It was another Keisha by the name of what's that light skinned non-funny comedian that's chick now that's basically buying her words. B Simone. You had a chick like B Simone say that we shouldn't salute MLK because he was cheating on Coretta and all that other bull crap. We got all these things, and you. I mean, how can you explain that? I mean, even they ain't
I
rocking with the
love,
so-called dude.
man, let me say
I
something to
love,
that real quick.
go ahead, go ahead.
Well, Hood. Well, first off, I want to answer that, Mr. O. But let me go back to something Hood said. Hood, it's not about making extremely more money. You got chicks out there flipping burgers that will look at an electrician making 90K a year and say you ain't good enough, and the bitch barely breaking 20K. It's a little more than that, bro. Now, now, as far as the chicks with MLK, these are also chicks that are sharing men telling you about men cheating being a problem. I don't listen to that. That's why you don't listen to women. You watch their behavior. These are chicks out there sharing men, talking about, oh, men cheating and this and that. Look, are we not watching it live with Cardi B? Is it not live and direct with Cardi B?
But American man. But if we as older, the elder black men tell the younger guys, maybe if we just listen more to the woman, listen to her feelings, she may decide, you know what, I'll go a different course. That electrician, that garbage man making 80K a year may be enough. I don't need a rotation. If we just listen to her feelings.
All right, but how many bodies she got, Trey?
It doesn't matter. Their bodies does not define a woman going forward. Their past shouldn't matter. What matters is that if we can get them in the church, get their mindset changed, get them on the right path going forward.
You sound like the prison system right now, Trey. That's what you do with the prison system. Are you trying to go ahead? So, would you do that same thing with a so-called habitual predicate felon?
Well, that felon, there's rehabilitation. If a felon can be rehabilitated, why can't a 304 be rehabilitated?
Well, the thing about rehabilitation, even with it take great lengths of so-called what's the word, rehabilitation has the Keisha been rehabilitated from her actions. I mean, it with the monkey branching, with the going from dick to dick, having a rotation, it's since you put it she does not get that lonely spell. She don't get to basically no dude basically not her inbox until she's basically not useful. Then she comes into that paradox of saying, well, all the good men had gone, but well, what do you have that any man and every man didn't have?
You know what
Well,
that
here's the
reminds me?
thing.
You know,
Okay, my bad, American words.
now, real quick. You know what that reminds me of? The pro black telling you about the white man while sleeping with the white woman, right? The pro black telling you to marry the 304 while they don't deal with 304s. That's essentially usually the argument. Now I don't know what you and Free Zone got going on. I want no parts of that. I rock with both of y'all. I'm staying out of that. But I'm just talking about that argument sounds like the pro black argument.
Okay, so here's the thing. We've got all these black women right now on podcasts saying, marry the slut. They know that for the last 20 years, black women been listening to Little Kim, Katrina, now the Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. They've been slutting it up out there. So,
No,
okay.
it was that
They've
book.
got
What you just said.
Zane as well. They've been reading Zane. I'll give them that. But here's the thing. So we got this dead bedroom issue. Brothers ain't getting broke off. So here's the thing: marry the slut, and then when you come home from that, blue collar job, hit the gym, eat right, do carnivore, be vegan, whatever you got to do to get your body tight. And then guess what? Then you can please her in the bed. You can please the slut, and she ain't got to go nowhere else. Boom! You got a happy home. You just got to be able to
No,
turn the blind eye to her past.
no, that's
Not
essentially
Trey.
that. No, no, no. What that essentially is pushing for is for you to share your woman, because if you look at what they want it to be, is where essentially where everyone is sharing women, which is kind of why it's even more diabolical for women that they don't see it. But that's essentially what it's pushing for. The woman is for the community. No, 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 nothing exclusive. You men take care of her, and all of you get to sleep with her.
Well, that's the village wife.
Communism pussy, bro. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
Yes,
It's
the village wife.
Marxism pussy. Socialist
Y-
box. That's what it is.
yes.
Well, if we leave these women out on their own, this is the U.S. and SNAP benefits. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? If we leave these women out on their own and nobody comes and wipes them up, think of the problems they could cause. We don't have legal prostitution like in Mexico or Colombia. They aren't the highest, suggested on OnlyFans. So something has to be done about the FBA young woman. If
I
she's
have a
got
good
some
place
dog,
for him. I got a good place for him. It's called a sanitarium. It's called a crazy house. I mean, can we just go ahead and let the elephant out the room?
okay. But if you've got brothers that listen to Izzy Band's channel, you know the this might be risky channel. They want to marry black women. They spend 6 hours a day complaining. Here's the solution: just marry the slut. Give her another chance.
Now
Redeemable
going back to
qualities.
that. Now going back to that, what's the name? Now look, y'all, we have basically have put what's the name, Kim Kardashian on trial. We have put a lot of these on what's the name on trial, but Corinne Stephens is the originator, and this is because look, you could blame Lil Kim, you could blame Foxy Brown with their so-called lyrics and their songs, but it was Corinne Stephens that showed these bitches the actual lifestyle. She literally embodies the philosophy of what Ronnie said in Players Club. You got to use what you got to get what you want. She got exploited from this way sideways to Monday through Sunday. Do you understand me? Look, she has been with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You know what I'm saying? Well, every chick out here want to do. Don't they want to be with every Tom, Dick, and Harry? You know, they want to get basically on camera, get slutted out. What she did? She get all the coats of being slutted out and getting paid for. And now she, like the rest of these millennial and Gen X women alike, they telling you to go ahead and wife them up because look, she been with Columbus Short, Darius McCrary. Hell, even Mr. Marcus that shot the damn club up. Look, bro.
Okay, so Mr. O, for every freaking Kareem Stephens, there's a Jasmine Cashmere. Jasmine Cashmere, bless her heart, she did some of the greatest scenes out there. West Coast Productions as well, alum. But look at her now.
Chicago
She's
bitch too.
happy.
Someone
She's
with
a
a Chicago
happy.
bitch.
She's a happy married church woman to a good brother. Tell me it can't be done.
Bro, you think them black men really going there to hear her spit the holy gospel? You really don't think that they really want her to lay hands on her in a different way? Also, isn't forbidden to have the woman to actually? There we go again. Another what's the name for the pro black simp out there? See, they go to these churches with these so-called pastors, even with pastors like that. Jasmine, uh, Jasmine Cashmere, you know, a Chicago corn star. You know what I'm saying? That basically was every young boy's so-called chick. I get it. Yes, but even her. You basically falling into the metaphor that, you know what I'm saying, she can't do no wrong and she always needs saving, and you niggas gonna keep on washing her. Y'all gonna fall for Jezebel every goddamn time. And I say goddamn.
Okay. So here's the thing. So if the white men can save Riley Reed, like why can't a young black female OnlyFans porn star be
There
saved?
you go. There you go again. See
Yo,
that there
they
you
do
go
get
again.
saved all the time. We just don't know about it. Let's
See,
keep it real,
look. Y'all won't
right?
follow the white
Like
man
bitches conniving
ideology.
niggas is weak. Come
Look,
on, let's stop it.
Look, y'all want to follow the white man's ideology and want to follow his lifestyle, but you cannot. You know what I'm saying? Look. First of all, the whole wifing up the see y'all don't even understand y'all history here in America and your and everything black man. See, the only men that was wifing up porn stars was the degenerate rock stars. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, the rap star think he could do what the rock star do, and now we in this predicament that you got marry a chick with an OnlyFans. No, sir. You no, we don't do that.
Ice-T did it. Ice-T did it.
But look at her. Look, he ain't married a so-called Keisha.
True. I'm just giving a solution. You know, the brothers, they want a solution. Here's a solution. Get your money up, get your body up, get your wealth up. But if you want to marry Keish, you're gonna have to make some exceptions. You're gonna have to give her a pass on her past.
Just like the Black Panther said in Wakanda, we don't do that here. We don't do that here.
We got to make Keisha great again.
We can't. I mean, look, we will have to look. She literally is the y'all heard of Steve Austin. I ain't talking about the wrestler. Y'all heard of Steve Austin. They call him the $1 million man. It took X amount of expertise and money and funding to actually repair him. Do the community have that type of so-called fiscal balance to repair Keisha to back to her glory?
Well, here's the well, Here's the problem, guys. Like SYSBM, salute to those brothers, passport bros. It doesn't even matter if they're going to Uganda. Those aren't FBA women. It's not our culture. The community can only be saved with brothers marrying fully FBA women, or at least give us some mulattoes that are at least half and half. If we're going to bring the community back, I mean, white women. That's not the answer.
Well, why deal with the only mulattoes? Why can't mess with the Maroons like the chick from Sinners? I mean, that she considered black. I mean, she got the one drop rule. I mean, why can't get one of those so-called Trey?
Hey,
Well,
I thought we weren't doing the one drop rule, man. That's not a standard. That was a standard given to you.
Hey,
well, it's her ideology, and she's willing.
Look, when the black man of the 50s and 60s, since that's the only time we consider us becoming the black man, we won't talk about the slavery. Look, the best thing that the white man had did for us is let us go ahead and keep the light skin, what's the name? So we go ahead and keep the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? Without that red bone, without that light skinned woman with the so-called good hair, we can never make black great again. Look down your family tree. They knew what they was doing.
Let me just say this.
Oh, go ahead.
Let me just say this as a quick side note, kind of off topic. White Americans don't really want these new blacks. They just kind of want you black Americans to be a little better and just procreate. They don't. A lot of them, when you listen to them talk about it, they're not with these new blacks. They're not with it. But sidebar, just a thought that I had.
I've got a solution for that, American Warriors.
I've got a solution, yeah.
Yes. Okay, look, white America is okay with us. But America, like you said, white America is not okay with the new blacks. The new blacks are the ones that were previously segregated. And as we see with the HBCU behavior and such, the new blacks want segregation again. So give it to them. Let them have their segregation in their communities. But like I said, they have to take the hoes. The hoes have to go into segregation with them.
But that's not obvious. We did not start that fire. Look, Keisha took government assistance. She said she didn't need no man ever since 1964, 65. And you know what I'm saying? She said she only want to deal with dudes that she want to mess with. Hence the term that we got all these one dude in a community that cleans up because every woman wants him. So you gotta do with 22 kids, and hopefully y'all know who they siblings is, because Lord forbid they get with each other. Now we got a different problem we're gonna deal with. But
okay, cool. Well, here's the thing. You accept our segregation. You accept this. You can't live in these neighborhoods. You accept our SNAP benefits. You can't go to these institutions. You accept these SNAP benefits. We're going to give you a place to live. We're going to give you a nice city, and we're going to let you govern yourselves.
So that's her daddy. That's her husband. So let him deal with it.
Now, Trey, I will say this, right? I actually am a proponent. I'm probably the only one, or I'm the only one that will admit it. I am a proponent for procreating within your race. Right. And so me personally, I would never procreate with an African woman. Right. Because I don't generally believe that out of Africa theory. That like doesn't work when you start crunching the numbers. I know. Play the clip, Hood. Play the clip about the numbers. I know they don't understand the numbers, but yeah, I believe that you need to procreate within your race. And
my question to you is this: when we talking in actual families, real people, why are we talking in percentages instead of real numbers when we're dealing with real people?
Okay, because
and I said it from the start, this is advanced darkness. This is Heart of Darkness. This is the jungle drum. This is the fertility goddess of chaos. They're literally going to eat your balls. They're going to cut your fucking nuts off and eat them.
Whoa, what? They're gonna what?
Well, American Worst. Since, I'm a tether, I'm not part of this. What percentage FBA do you agree on being with this whole, they within your race thing? I don't have enough percentage FBA in me to be included. So you're FBA, right?
I'm not a staunch.
That's on the human race, my brother. See, you trying to negate the so-called feminine sweetness of the white woman. She has benefits. You know what I'm saying?
here's the thing, right? I'm not a staunch like you must like listen, I'm not gonna want to like harm people who don't do it, right? But I believe in it. That's my personal belief. Beyond that, I'm not trying to enforce that on anyone.
Okay, so I got a question for you, American Worst. So you're willing on my vision for the new community, to save one of these queens who have been lost in her past, you know,
I don't have
give to
that
her
problem.
wretchedness. Would you
I don't
save
have
her
that problem. I don't have that
Uh,
problem.
save her. I mean, again,
based on race? Would you save her?
I mean,
No, but I don't have that problem, so I can't fully understand.
Would you?
Mr. O, go with me real quick, man. Like, hey, look, don't save her.
She don't want to be saved.
you don't want to
Thank
be
you.
saved, but is she
Thank
paying
you.
though?
She don't wanna be
But
safe.
is
Don't
she paying
save
though?
her.
See, the aspect of me is like, I mean, what's in it for me? That's the only thing the black man has not ever asked the so-called society once they came back begging to their knees. They asked for our votes. And the black manosphere basically changed America, and they never came to us and say, like, man, how it benefits me. How does benefit me? It's I'm getting paid for it. I mean, my blood, my sweat, my tears built this nation, but I had done with the ungrateful. But now they tell me that they need me, but what's in it for me?
I'll tell you this: a woman that wants to be saved. I disagree with you, fellas.
No,
I just,
no,
I just
no.
think no. I don't think you guys can get it off the strength. Like what's that old C Boogie type guy? What did C Boogie used to say? Y'all
You ain't
remember C
got
Boogie?
game. You ain't got
No,
game. I'm
yeah,
with you, Trey. I'm on your side right now. We'll get to it later.
yeah.
I'm
If
with you.
you, if, like, look here. If you wanted Mr. Lucario, dark chocolate, lick your lip types, brothers, who has the frame, you can save her. She will give up that life for you. But
So,
but you got to be willing to do it for the community.
well,
Now,
I'll tell you like
ladies
I
and
told.
gentlemen,
I'll tell you like
I want y'all to know you're listening to Trey Tap, the NBD. That is Trey Tap, the Nubian brother of the diaspora.
Traymar Johnson, baby. Let's go. When is school popping up, man? I'll put some money on that shit. Hell yeah. Let's get paid, man. Let's run it up. Let's run it up, bro.
I
Fuck
tried
it,
Mark
man.
Johnson, bro.
You know me, Trey. I'm about my money, man. Fuck it. Let's do it. We ain't got
Hey,
time to waste, bro.
no, that you want but free zone. Go over here. I was listening last night to what Andrew Wilson said. His advice to save the community. He's got a point. This,
Uh,
what I'm saying right now, can save the community.
what community, sir? A community is only black women, black children. Who play it?
Because y'all man ain't man enough to step up and save them hoes.
What I mean, because sir, that would mean that this prophecy will be fulfilled. That Isaiah 4:1 will be coming to fruition. You are trying to tell me that these women were trying to come to me talking about they're gonna bring their own food, their own clothing. I mean, they basically is homeless. They outside like that right now, with their little children and all that. I got to accept that too. Right? I got to accept the crumb crushers too. Right? Right? And they're gonna tell me.
What black community? It's a black environment with black women and black children in it.
How dare you say that we are not interested in families in the black community?
Well, let's take it in Titus 2:4. Titus 2:4. We're gonna have to get some of these brown cherries to, they're gonna have to show the younger women how it's done. We're gonna have to get them back in church.
What
Isaiah 2. They're gonna bring six women. They're gonna bring six more women with them. They're gonna be begging for polygyny because here's the deal. The Sharon Bracy's, the Izzy Bands of the world, they're not man enough. These women, they want niggas like Hood. They want niggas like you, Mr. O. They don't want them niggas to capitulate to them.
Well, I already told you about God, men like Sharon. I get him. He gets the Sosa over here. You know what the acronym of Sosa is, Mr. Trey. Stay out of straight affairs. So we will not be talking about him. We on the Sosa movement when we discuss some type of L. Gibbons like that, or even undercover L. Gibbons. But
Well, let's replace Sharon with Nightish. We'll replace him with Nightish, another brother of the community.
what's a simp to a, I mean, never, a simp. I mean, Nightish. He also has that so-called theory, right? See, the older Gen X is going out like the boomers. I mean, we should have seen this coming. I mean, we should have seen this coming. You know what I mean?
Oh, look, I'll prove you wrong, Mr. O. I will prove you wrong right now. In free zone and hood, Mr. Worst. Tell me, did any of y'all niggas have any problem pulling strags? Can any of y'all walk right to the mall right now pulling strags?
Well, sir, I have a
Yes.
phobia. I could pull one, but the thing is, I have a phobia, sir. See, the thing is, we talking about Keisha, right? We talking about the BJ.
Yeah.
We talking about the one with the most highest STD rates, right? We forgot about that,
Uh-huh.
right?
Okay,
And
so what men do they want? So there's the problem. Y'all are the problem. Y'all are the men they want. And what are y'all doing? Y'all are on YouTube talking shit versus out there wiping one of them up.
Sir, how can I say the community is she gonna be bad for my health?
Hey, that's the problem. You got to take her. You got to break her. What's that movie? Samuel L. Jackson when they had the white woman tied up.
No. See, no, you don't understand.
You got to go that route, bro.
No, she's not determined at this point. Remember the movie Outbreak? You know, recently we just had a couple of monkeys get around on the loose. You know, saying it's kind of contagious with an outbreak. Yo, she's like that little monkey. Hey,
bro, who killed the monkey? Who killed the monkey, Mr. O? A black woman. A black woman killed the monkey and saved us from fucking 12 monkeys and shit.
Trey, they saying you got your $500 already. You got paid up front, huh?
Yo, that's
the euphemism about monkey right here.
Yo, that is a wild story, man. It was a black woman that shot him?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just heard the story. It was a mother.
Hell yeah, he shot him, bro. It just happened not too long ago. I seen the clip. I seen the clip. Cause you didn't even get a word out. That motherfucker said 500. Get him out of here. I was like, damn. Damn.
Yeah, hey, was he announced? Cause I ain't see it.
I don't even think you were announced. Actually, I think your picture just popped up and 500. Get him out of here. The chat and the panel.
No. I was up there because I was in the chat and he was like, he literally said, take the link, right? So I clicked the link. And then 5 minutes later, I'm gone. Because as soon as I got up there, they were talking about the Lily Gaddis situation. And you know me, I'm not team black. I'm not caping for that shit. Plus, I think a lot of the shit was just objectively funny. And so I'm not really on their team. And so Izzy, he coming at me with this whole, you like to suck white people's farts. And I'm like, you live under Keisha's titty. If that's how you want to do it, that's how you want to do it. And so then I told him, like, bro, how much is your cape worth? Because you out here caping, how much is it worth? And, we kept having that kind of back and forth. And then apparently it's worth $500.
That seems like really cheap, man. If I was gonna get you out of here, man, I'd be like, hey, it's gotta be more than that, man. 500 ain't that's not enough.
Nah,
man.
that's the rule of the panel. That's what I'm saying. It ain't nothing to drop 5 to erase the whole thing, but is it even worth it for real?
I guarantee you that was
like how would I give you 500 for anything?
That was money from one of the niggas on her rotation. That is not her money.
That's harkening back to Hood Stream this weekend, the Begpocalypse.
Hey, did you hear about the recent update to the Begpocalypse?
I mean,
hey, look, we got Snowman up here. Snowman, bro, you got any problem pulling queens?
Do I got what?
Do you have any problem pulling black chicks with your swag?
Nah.
But guess what? Snowman settled for a white woman, y'all. Snowman did his job for the white community. Why can't y'all do yours?
Well, because
damn, I wasn't expecting you to go that way with it.
See, you asked me to go back to the enemy, and I have been betrayed. I mean, well, once you have faced betrayal by your so-called, even the one that looked just like you, I mean, I can't even coexist anymore. I mean, that's why it's being.
Man, shut that weak ass. Wait. You got to stop this weak ass shit, bro. Nobody's saying that you got to get with Keish, man. Nobody's saying that you got to get with any black woman. You could get with anybody you want to in the great country of America. Like, stop it, man.
No, you gotta make a choice, the black nation or the clanosphere. See shit, dog.
There's all
You
types of
know,
women out here, man.
but that's the thing
I
though.
don't know. I don't know about that, but y'all asked me to say the community. See, y'all asked me to save a particular character flaw of the community. Until Keisha's flaws be put on display and actually be accounted for. I mean, there's nothing really to say here. She runs the community. I mean, and her children, the
Yeah,
crumb
yeah,
crumb.
yeah. Free zone until one of us is free. All of us is. Oh, wait, hold up.
Nope, 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 nope. Niggas done shown y'all the Underground Railroad. If you refuse to walk through it, that's on you, man. The Underground Railroad has already been set. Niggas have already sang "Follow the Drinking Gourd." Day's free. If you choose not to be free, that's on you. It's 2025. We ain't gotta go for that. Nobody has to go for that.
You know the thing about Django. See, if I was Django, I would left that. I wouldn't. You know what? If I was in the movie Django, it would be like probably like about a 30-minute movie. I probably got a little few coins with the white man, probably left him and went by my way. And didn't think about that Keisha. I probably been you know what I'm saying, I'm solo shit. See, yeah, a lot of black men will be like Django. They want to go ahead live on this hero's quest for love. They want to get back at the white man, you know what I'm saying, that kept them down, you know what I'm saying, probably even have the assistance of another white man to help him. For some reason, y'all need the white man's assistance to take down the so-called white man, but I digress. See,
Well, and here's the
Django,
thing: you don't need that anymore, Mister O. The white man made us a free country, so all the Rosewoods, the Black Wall Streets, you can just go recreate your new one. Find a group of brothers, the coons, like yourself, and go get with some strong black women. Go recreate Black Wall Street.
look, if you're going to call me a coon, you got to put some respect on my coon. You call me Mr. Coon.
Hey, Mr. O, man. You ain't got no imagination, man. See, that 5-minute movie ain't gonna make you no money, man. You gonna spend all that money on production. You ain't gonna tell no love story to be able to tell and sell no lie. You know what I'm
Oh, it's
saying?
Yeah,
going to be a
that's
whole bunch of
that
loving.
movie trash, bro.
It's going to be a whole bunch of
Django
loving.
was the Django movie was good
Yeah,
as it was, man.
yeah, I'm not even coming to watch your
It's gonna be a
movie.
whole bunch of loving up in there. There's a brothels up in there, so I'm just gonna use a lot of brothels. That's why I say about 30 minutes. 5 minutes for each brothel.
So you're talking about making a porno?
Yeah, man. He talking about making a flick, man. I'm like, dog.
Eat
You on
sleep
that West
fight
Coast?
bus, man.
He on that West Coast Productions joint.
No, I'm on the Wild Wild West Coast Productions. Get it right. I'm in the Wild Wild West production in the Django case.
Oh, I hope it ain't that trash Wild Wild West with Will Smith. That shit was horrific.
That
Hey,
ended his blockbuster run too, man.
Now he did
Yeah,
that with Bad Boys.
yeah. Michael Bay saved that nigga, man.
Yep, just like Memphis Bleak saved on Jay-Z. I mean, it is what it is. I
Hey,
mean,
get out of here, man. Don't do that.
what?
That's crazy.
Am I lying though?
Man, Memphis Bleak couldn't save himself. What are you talking about, man?
Hey,
You
yeah,
know,
I'm willing to smoke on that Jay-Z pack with you, but I gotta understand what do you mean by that? How you
all right,
connect that?
so we always give Jay-Z Jigga, you know what I'm saying. I like this from Keisha argument. We talk about Keisha love. The thing about Hova, Jay-Z and everything. Can we literally be honest? He was never literally, like, if we're gonna use numbers, sales and everything, he was never ever the man in his era. We're
Yeah,
gonna go
but
by.
yeah, he was up there though. You don't have to be the guy if you're one of the guys.
But he said that he can't find. I mean, he
I mean,
called himself.
think how many number one hits he had, man. He gave y'all six hits for 6 summers. Well, he gave more than 6 hits, but he
Yeah,
gave
but
y'all 6 summers.
was Jay-Z really hot in the white suburban community?
Yeah, he was, man. Hard Knock Life, man. That was playing everywhere, man.
But unfortunately,
One
what I
song,
told
one
you,
song. I'm just
what
saying.
No,
I
but
told
it was more than that. But I'm saying, like, girls, like all the stuff that was playing in the clubs, like all them white chicks, man. There's moms now. They still playing that in the minivans, man.
at one point in time, there was 3 rappers that was hotter than Jay-Z. And their names was Nelly, Juvenile, and Ja Rule.
Yeah, but Ja Rule, man, he burnt out faster. Jay-Z actually has staying power, man. If you really want to go there, he has staying power. Like he was never the whitest of hot. You know what I'm saying? How some cats they'll get to the spotlight and then just burn out real quick. He
Well,
always
even then,
dude, how you do
DMX.
6 summers with a fickle industry like rap music, man? 6 summers.
Well, he really wanted the man for. I mean, it was a good slogan. We try to believe you, but even I mean, look, you gotta look at it. I mean, if we had during the 9-5-9-6, we're gonna go with so-called dead presidents, right? We still had Biggie and Tupac, even Nas outsold him was bigger than him. Then we had so-called 9-6-9-7. Look, DMX. We had what's the name? Even
yeah, white people loved them some DMX.
No, I got you there, man. But he's still like he was top 3 in those eras most of the time. If not top 3, top 5, that's still a lot. And they were moving units, man, like crazy. So the fifth highest selling act would still sell a lot of stuff.
I'm glad somebody brought up DMX because that's really the Achilles heel. The reality of it is that Jay had to move into an executive position to solidify himself from opposition. And he barely fought his own fights.
That's incorrect.
Oh, bro, DMX would have lapped that nigga, bro.
That's incorrect.
DMX would have lapped the hell out that nigga, bro.
No,
you can't tell me DMX is better than Jay. Even Jay know DMX is better.
Sorry, sir. I hear you, but that's not how it works. And I didn't come back for that. I just walked back in the room and hear you coloreds talking about rap. But other than that, sir, you're talking crazy. They're the reason why Jay has the accolades that he has, and it has nothing to do with executives. So you guys need to stop. I know you guys want to pretend like, oh, Jay, he only sold 1 million records. Stop it, please.
No,
Stop
that's
it.
not
That's
what
that's the reason why.
That's
if those
not what I'm
guys
saying.
Here's the thing. If those guys, well, you know what? I'm not going to make that statement because I think it's unfair.
I do want to see where you. I do want to see where you're going. It's all good. It's all good.
Well, no. I was going to say those guys all sort of went out together as well and did tours and did things together. But I also understand the reason why they did that because it was an anti-West Coast thing. So I just wasn't going to say that because I don't think it was fair for the argument.
Not just that, American man. Like the tour, the Jay-Z tour with DMX and all them cats. They actually had at the time showed that a big rap collaboration could tour on you know what I'm saying, in America safely and be profitable.
Yes.
That was the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Insurance companies didn't want to pay for that.
Yes.
Because they had a bunch of hooligans and all that stuff, man.
Yeah. And and a lot of your anti-hooligan.
Like I said, even Juvenile also Jay-Z. What y'all want to go ahead? You want to say just because he was the fifth?
Not every album. Not every album.
I'm talking about era.
When did Juvenile outsell Jay-Z?
If you talking about one single, okay. But if you talking about a whole album, 500 Degrees didn't do like that. 500 Degrees didn't do like that.
Bro, you got to look at the year though. We talking about what was that? What was the year 500 Degrees came out?
No, I think a lot of people.
I don't know because I
was never a big Juvenile fan like that, man.
I didn't listen. I didn't listen to 500 Degrees. I will say this though, right? I think
400 Degrees.
But here's the thing. I think there was a lot of crossover for many reasons for everyone, and I think we have to acknowledge that, right? Like there was a lot of crossover for everyone, right? Even what's his name, Pimp C, right? He claimed to have a problem with Jay-Z. Right, but he still did the collab because he understood he needed the crossover to not get stuck within a 5-state radius.
Well, that was more Bun B begging him because Bun B saw it. He still was like,
he saw it.
I'll do it.
Agreed, right?
Shit, bro.
But Bun B understood.
On that. I don't even remember Jay's verse on that shit.
But Bun B understood, like, we have to cross over into a more than our 5-state radius, right? And everyone was trying to get in because that's when everyone was coming in, right? See, I saw it, right? That's when everyone was coming in, right? You think that if Jay-Z didn't do the collab with what is it, UK? No, what is it? What the fuck was their group again?
UGK.
UGK, right? That tells you how much I listen to them. And I know there was a U in there and a K, but with UGK, that like Jay-Z would have suffered and there would be no him because he didn't do a collab with Bun B and Pimp C. No, it wouldn't have happened. But they all understood the need for crossover.
I mean, it was a win-win. That's how Jay-Z could give you 6 summers, because he always collaborated with the hottest cats at the time. Rode their coattails
but even when he didn't, he was still number one.
And then dropped his own stuff.
But even when he didn't, he was still number one. So I think the premise of which you're trying to act like, oh well, Jay-Z only had to collaborate. Right? Well, you didn't say that, but it sounds like you're saying that.
No, I'm saying like he collaborated whatever, like to build the buzz up for his own projects. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but they all do it.
Which is smart. He got with the hottest cats.
Yeah, that's just good business.
Yeah. So I'm like,
and they all did it.
I wouldn't ever trip on that, man.
Hey, see,
in order for those Southern guys, to make it East Coast, because you could ask Hood, niggas in the South wasn't bumping UGK and all of that regularly. That shit
Niggas
wasn't happening.
Niggas in the North. Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. You don't want to say that, man. You don't want to say that.
Yeah. We got to correct that.
It's fine.
Motherfuckers be on your ass.
Okay.
Like what?
No. But that's the thing. Niggas in the North, right? Like from Maryland on down, nobody was listening. No one's listening to UGK and all of that. Not to say they're not good, because I rock with UGK, I rock with Outkast, all of that. But like no one was listening. So they all did collabs so that they can all eat and be seen across America.
Hey, it was more than collabs though, man, because Cash Money, Rockefeller, and somebody they had like basically like I think it was Ja Rule's joint until Ja Rule started like going at so many people.
It was a big tour, right?
Murder Inc. No, they had like a big old collaboration. So they split costs, like production costs and stuff like that.
Well, that was Murder Inc. Well, I don't know if you know, but if you look back, that was Murder Inc. and Rockefeller that actually like brokered all of that.
Yeah, but Cash Money was in on it too. So
they were. But
yeah, it was supposed to be like it was supposed to be you're talking about they were supposed to come up with a huge major distribution company, and it was going to have like
I think
it was actually like the whole coast was going to come together and do it.
Yeah, I don't think it was a whole company like when it all said and done, because the way the business was, but they still had backdoor dealings to get like deals on CDs and all that stuff and some of the marketing stuff.
Well, no one apparently business with Baby is not a good business.
Oh yeah. People still signing deals with that dude too.
Yeah, which is insane after what happened to Wayne, after Jay actually had to come and save Wayne, which is wild. And you still sign with this dude? Hey, do your thing, man.
Yes.
Because Wayne was his biggest artist. Even though I blame Wayne for his own mistakes, he's a grown man. Like he should have been less worried about kissing other grown men in the mouth and more concerned about checks being cashed.
Hey, they grew up like that, American man.
I don't know what that means.
That means he was a victim since a child.
Facts, because I don't know what that means.
listen, y'all. I'm gonna wrap this one up. I'm actually still on the clock, so I'll probably be up all night. But I've just set up a redirect. So if you guys want to hang out for a little bit, we're gonna redirect this one over to the Drip Nation. So I'm gonna end this one down, and everybody in the audience, you should get a smooth transition over there. So we're gonna wrap this one up. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me tonight, though.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Have a great night.
I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Later.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.